All right. And we are live. Everything looks good. How's the sound? All right. I see CJ's in the room. How you doing, CJ? I rely on you guys to let me know how the sound is. So I've been making micro adjustments to the sound each show. In the past, I have made major adjustments, and that's resulted in some inaccurate sound settings because, well, I changed too much too fast, so I didn't know what was improving it, what was making it worse. So now I'm making very small adjustments each show. So let me know if you can hear me well or not. But anyway, how y'all doing today? I'm doing good, fine, and well. I am the Realist Philosopher. This is the Realist Philosopher Show, where I, dunk on various lolcows and sometimes talk about other stuff. By the way, I have another channel that I'm going to be restarting. I don't know if I want to say the link here or post the link or not, because then maybe YouTube will get wise and shadow ban that as well. I don't know. But anyway, Superman says, I hope you're good. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. Could be better. I just can't wait for summer to be over. I can get back to more consistent working. But otherwise, yeah, I'm doing okay. I just started a new Kick channel. I'm dual streaming there now. Let me check my... So the stream is good. I'm not dropping any frames, at least not right now. So I'm streaming to 2 different locations. You can see my Kick handle at the top of the screen, the Realist67. Not too original. I think I'm going to change that name. Maybe the Realist Gaming or something. I know Fat Man and Little Cokehead, their show is, ends with gaming, even though their channel has nothing to do with gaming. So maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. People seem to be attracted to the word gaming, and they stick around for the dunking. So we'll give that a shot. Yeah. But this channel is mainly to dunk on people. This show we have Styx, and we have the Quarter in, and then we have one Nutty Broad as well. So some good stuff, some good dunkening is in store. So yeah. By the way, I am on Kick and YouTube, so if anyone out there sees me, hears me reading comments, and they're like, who the hell are you talking to? I don't see that comment in the chat. Well, that's because I'm responding to somebody else on their channel. So if you're on Kick and you don't see a comment that I'm replying to, it's because I'm replying to someone on YouTube, and vice versa. Superman says, are you in the Southwest like me? Yes. Well, sort of. It's hot. Let's just say that. It's very hot. Terra Exodus, I'm here for Daily Styx Report. Well, you'll get it. You'll definitely get it, my friend. I am probably the most prolific poster of Styxhexenhammer666 dunking online. I don't get the credit I deserve, but who does, right? I see we have a couple viewers on Kick, but they are not speaking. That's cool. Remain anon if you want. I don't judge. Anybody out there on Kick, though? I live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at the same time. So be sure to follow. Now, the Kick channel is very interesting. I figure I need to branch out. By the way, those of you on Kick, this is how I start every show. Just an intro, talk about whatever before I jump into the stories I'm going to comment on. So please be patient. It's very interesting. It's different than YouTube. It doesn't work the same way. The way that Kick works is there's followers and then there's subscribers. So I did some research and there's a difference. So to get monetized on Kick, like I am on YouTube, I have to get like minimum 10 subscribers. But a subscriber on Kick isn't like a subscriber on YouTube. A sub on Kick is someone that pays a monthly subscription fee, which is like $4.99 a month, and I need 10 of those just to get monetized. There's also a whole bunch of other levels that are relatively easy, like stream 15 hours in a month, which is, cakewalk. I probably stream like, 10 hours a week, so that's not a problem. But the 10 subs, that's a problem. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that because, the economy being what it is and people not wanting to spend money and, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. But at the very least, you can follow me on Kick if you got a Kick account. And if you feel you can spare $4.99 a month, please sub. It would really help. I'll get the ball rolling anyway. But yeah, you can see my Kick handle at the top of the screen, the Realist 67. As of now, we only got 2 people watching on Kick. I don't know how Kick works. I need to go and look at my channel and see what viewers are seeing. If there's a thumbnail, if there's a banner, I believe there's a banner. I haven't uploaded a banner image yet. I don't know if my name is the channel name, because if it is, it sucks. The Realist 67 doesn't say anything. Except potentially what year I was born. You can figure that out. So I think I need to change the name. I don't know to what. But anyway. So, yeah, we got a Kick channel now. Whoop-de-friggin' do. I love starting over. This is just like starting over, man. Oh, man. Stick Boy, his name became his form. Yeah, Styx. Yeah. Terra Exodus. Yeah, okay. Well, we don't have too many people here. So why don't I just jump into... should I start with Styx? I guess I should. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the Styx stuff is cringy enough that that should get some views. All right, give me a sec to open the tab here. God, I don't get this. Why is he only streaming on Rumble? Oh, he looks terrible. He does look like he's dying. God, he looks... I don't know, man. I had an uncle that had scarlet fever when he was a kid. And when he got older, he looked kind of, he looked really messed up. That's what Styx looks like, man. Oh, my God. 'Cause my uncle couldn't even walk. He was like this emaciated, shriveled, gaunt form. He was in a asylum or something because he couldn't take care of himself. Oh, like once every week, my grandparents would take him to Wendy's. And he'd be covered in the softie. You know the Wendy's softie? Their idea of a milkshake. He'd be like covered in that brown goop. They're trying to spoon feed him the softie, and it would just get all over him. Then they would stop at our house and park out front, and I'd say hi to my uncle who couldn't speak. It's kind of sad, really. But anyway. Enough about that. So let me activate screen capture, and then we'll get to enough of my reminiscing about my brain damaged uncle. Screen capture on, presenter camera on. Yeah, wow. That live stream started off with a whimper and not a bang, huh? Again, my apologies for being such a doofus. I'll try to do you proud now. It's embarrassing. Really, all right. Anyway, let's get right to it. Screen capture. And, all right. You guys can hear me now, right? Yeah. Oh, one sec. I gotta close something out here. There we go. I assume you can hear me. Yeah. Mic test. Yeah. I'll do a mic test. Okay, I'll switch to the other channel that had the sound off. Okay, so here we are. This is the channel that had the sound off. Don't know why. I had a feeling I'd forget. My memory is horrible, by the way. Stroke messed up my memory. So just let me know if you hear me in this screen. You should be able to just fine. Yeah, we got a mic test here. Yeah. I'm doing it. I don't use OBS. I use XSplit. It's actually much better. I bought a lifetime subscription Cost a fortune, but I had a fortune at that time, so I didn't care. It's a good thing, too. But yeah, so it's good. All right, let's get into it. So hello all and welcome, and I am the Realist Philosopher, and this is the Realist Philosopher Show. So how y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine and well. So we are here with Jeremy Hamley, a.k.a. the Quarter, and also known as the Quarter Pounder Ham Planet Ham Beast, Ham Burglar, Cleaner Outer of White Castles, that one's mine, and from Hotep. Oh, so this is a community post on Jer's YouTube, and he's letting us know that he's starting a new YouTube channel. Hey everyone! Welp! Welp? Who says that? Looks like with my knee, he supposedly blew his knee out moving furniture because, you know, he's broke. He's a broke bum now, and he's having to sell all his crap. He's having to downsize so that he has just enough crap to fit in a two-bedroom apartment. Which he's going to be renting very soon, and of course we'll get some cope, we'll get some lies, or maybe he won't even tell us. Maybe he'll like try to set up one of the bedrooms in that apartment to look like his old studio and think nobody will notice that it's a different location. I don't know, but if he has to explain it, he'll probably be like, yeah, you know, I decided it was time to move. There was too much overhead on my, swamp mansion that I lived in, and I just decided it's time to downsize because, I've become a Buddhist monk. I've become an aesthetic, and as an aesthetic, material possessions aren't as important to me. Translation, I have no money. I have no money, so now I'm going to try to act virtuous, right? And try to act like I'm an enlightened being when really I'm just broke. Yeah, my knee's out of commission for at least 3 months. Okay. And what would a normal person do? I don't know, pal. You ain't normal. Well, he's normal in some ways. I mean, he's, morbidly obese, and seems like a lot of Americans are, so I guess that's the new normal. Rest. What is he talking about? Dude, your whole life is rest. You sit around on your ass all day and make videos. The only walking you do is from your studio to the fridge to get a beer or to chow down on Little Debbie's or whatever. I'll just do what I've really wanted to do for a long time. Well, how have you been stopped from doing that? A bum knee doesn't stop you from making videos. You're pretty much in the same circumstances you were before. And start a vlog channel. Vlog? What's a vlog channel? Isn't that just where you talk about your daily life and crap? Well, that's your show now, man. That's your entire live stream. You just prattle on endlessly about your day. I mean, and you overshare. Isn't that a vlog? Aren't you already doing a vlog? Where I do behind-the-scenes content. Behind the scenes? What, are we going to watch your vegetarian wife make a salad? Nobody wants to see that. Discuss the business of YouTube. Oh, dude, come on. You don't really understand the business of YouTube. You're only good at SEO, optimizing search results, which you can't do anymore because of the new AI-powered algorithm, which you say you figured out. But your videos are getting less views than ever. So what the hell are you talking about? And also stories, I think, that will be important to you all. Like what? What story? Dude, what do you mean think it'd be important to us? I don't know what that means. Tell us about your day. You already do that. But don't have a home on the main channel. I'll be uploading just twice a week. What, dude? How many videos does this guy make a week? Like 3 a day? You're already sitting on your ass, boozing it up, sucking down Fireball whiskey, probably by the gallon as big as you are. You got plenty of free time. What are you talking about? I gotta spend all that free time making shorts so I can inflate my numbers to make people think my channels are still successful. Ah, I see. So, waste your time. Twice a week? Why even bother? At 5 p.m. It would be awesome if you went over and subscribed. Oh, would it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder how many people have subscribed. I should check that out. Oh, man. Yeah, if I'm interested. Yeah, I'm not interested, pal. I'm not interested at all. I don't care. A vlog from the quartering? Yeah, I could do without that. But let's go take a look. Well, do I want to take a look? No, I really don't. I'm going to be honest. I don't care. Oh, you might have a few thousand people. I really don't give a crap. That's how much people care about your vlog, Jer. Very little. Anyway, moving on. Looks like this is still a thing. I uploaded Fat Man and Little Cokehead's clip reacting to my video. Yeah, this guy Luther Morgan, he's got some kind of behind-the-scenes deal or something with Fat Man and Little Cokehead. Yeah, it's definitely a members-only club, and I'm not a member. Got flagged after being up for 10 minutes. I see. You got flagged. And he thinks it was the quartering. I mean, maybe? I don't know. The quartering's got a lot of flunkies, man. He's got a lot of flunkies. I don't know. Maybe it was him, maybe not. Hard to say. You guys think it was him? Probably. He did say he would burn it all down. He doesn't care. Oh, man. Jeremy Dale Hamley needs your help. He shares with you the news most important to him first. Jeremy, you're performing sympathy. Okay, well, let's see if that's true, shall we? Better crank the sound up. All right, it's already up.
Oh, I figure out today if, so I have a lateral meniscus issue.
Blew his knee out. Yeah.
That's been really, really, really painful past 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, boo-hoo, pal. Yeah.
And I find out now if it's just 3 to 5 months of regular recovery or if I need to have surgery.
You know, this is what happens, pal. The check always comes due. You've been living your life on easy mode for 20 freaking years, sitting on your ass, getting fatter and fatter every year, destroying your body with booze, destroying your body with prescription drugs, and now you're surprised that it's deteriorated to the point where you have the body of an 85-year-old man who's never exercised a day in his life. I mean, dude, this is really no surprise. Are you really shocked that you're such a mess? He's chewing nicotine gum like me, except he has no excuse. I mean, he may be brain damaged from all the booze. That's true.
I'm hoping.
But that's self-inflicted.
I'm hoping that it's just.
I think I see a stroke in his future too. By the way.
Something that can heal over time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I am.
Dude, you weigh like 450 pounds. You got a big giant gunt. You look absurd when you stand up. We saw you at Amfest, man, when you stood up. You look terrible. Your knee's not going to heal. Dude, all that weight? Nah.
Losing hope.
I love it. Jeremy's losing hope. Dude, you should have lost hope a long time ago, pal. I mean, look at your life. You went from making tens of thousands of dollars a month. What are you making now? 2-3 grand at best? I've seen your numbers, by the way, for the first week of July. You might make 2 grand this month, man. You might make 2 grand, if you're lucky. Most of your views are shorts. You got a $10,000 mortgage. You still got a bunch of vehicles you need to sell. Lord only knows if he's going to be able to sell those. You got to sell all your arcade games, furniture. You got to sell your swamp mansion. I don't know who the hell's going to buy that with the economy in the state it's in now. You're going to take a huge loss on that. Oh, man, you should have lost hope quite some time ago, buddy.
Because it seems to be getting worse.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Something happened on what would have been maybe Friday. I don't even know what. Like, there wasn't any, high impact type of injury.
Dude, you weigh 450 pounds. You walking is high impact. We talking about that. You don't exercise. You probably never lifted a weight in your life. I didn't do anything high impact. Your life is high impact. For you, moving is high impact.
I did spend like the last week doing a lot of moving. Like,
moving?
Just heavy lifting, just being physical, which...
Why? It's spring cleaning. No, dude. You're broke. You got to sell your mansion. Has he got like 9 bathrooms in this place? Good Lord. I guess it's the anxiety diarrhea. He's got to have a bathroom close by in every room. Even 2.
Is good, but I thought I was just kind of sore from that. And then like my whole body was sore.
Sniffing. He's got Adderall nose. I fervently believe this dude crushes up Adderalls and sniffs them. That's why he's doing all that sniffing. And by the way, pal, you weigh 450 pounds. You can't be moving stuff. Why wouldn't you just hire somebody? You're supposed to be a millionaire, right? Hire some moving men.
But then like everything else went away, and then my knee has been killing me. Like I can't sleep at night. It's really bad. And basically it comes down to like there's almost certainly a tear.
How do you know? You ain't a doctor. What are you, Styxhexenhammer now? Diagnosing yourself? Did your mom diagnose you like his mom diagnosed him? You know, the woman that works at McDonald's bagging fries.
The tear is in the area where there's still a lot of blood flow. It can heal.
Yeah, he don't know. You don't know, Jer. You have no idea, really. So here we have, it's pillar time, folks. We're so back. He's gonna be homeless. I gotta admit, I like this guy's wig. Maybe I need to get a wig like that or something. But then again, you know, props are for no talent hacks. Comedians, prop comedians, pathetic. If you can't get by without a prop as a comedian, that's sad, man. Anyway, let's continue.
Is he gonna be homeless? Yeah, probably one day. I do love.
One day soon.
Love the quartering extended universe people. They live in.
You talking about me? I love it. I'm part of that universe, baby. Woo! I finally belong somewhere. Woo! I feel all warm inside.
In this universe where like this whole alternate reality has been created about me.
Oh, it's an alternate reality. It's not actual reality. You're not broke. You're not out of money. You're just selling all your crap that you spent 20 years collecting for no reason whatsoever. Ah, I see. Because that's what wealthy people do.
And they really show their whole ass.
Do wealthy people have yard sales, by the way? Which is effectively what he's doing. Do wealthy people have yard sales? Do they have fire sales? I don't think so.
Show their whole ass like on X and coming in the comments here and being like, oh, I heard you were selling all your possessions. Yeah, it's called spring cleaning.
Look at his smile. This guy should not play poker, by the way, because he's got to tell. He does this fake smile that is clearly performative and for show, and it's obviously forced. And you can tell he's lying. It's called spring cleaning. I only sold all my Funko Pops and like all 40 of my arcade machines that I was going to spend $1 million building an entire new building to store them in. I was going to have like my own arcade. I was going to have hundreds of old arcade games in there, but now I had to sell them for no good reason. Oh, okay.
It's okay. You know.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be okay.
Look at his face. Look at it. I love this. Everything's going to be okay. I love the self-comforting language and that fake forced smile. Everything's going to be okay. You know, that's what he's doing inside. He's crying inside, baby.
Doing great. Had the biggest month.
He's doing great. Dude, thou doth protest too much. Who are you trying to fool? And now he's trying to tell us he had his best month ever last month.
Had the biggest month of the year last month.
That's a lie. It's a lie. He had like 75% off fire sales, man. I did a video on this. He had some of his coffee for 75% off. I think it was that tiger's blood crap. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to come up with a coffee that tastes like watermelon. What was he thinking? Well, the black people will love it. Oh, yeah, you're brilliant, Jerry. Yeah, because a lot of black people in the inner cities are buying $20 bags of coffee. Oh, yeah, pal. 50% off. Everything was on sale, man. You didn't have your best month. You might have had your best month ever in terms of sales numbers, units sold, because you had stuff that was 50, 75% off. But you didn't have your best month as far as profits. Far from it. You take a loss when you have a 75% off sale, buddy. Especially when you're telling us you're only making $1 or $2 off of the coffee per bag. At full price.
Coffee Brand Coffee will be in Walmart soon, which is...
No, it won't. This is the biggest cup. Dude, your coffee will never, ever be in Walmart. It's not happening. You know how hard it is to get shelf space in Walmart? Have you looked at the coffee shelves in Walmart? I have. I drink coffee. They're loaded up, baby. They ain't got any free space. You ain't getting in Walmart with your white label drop ship crap.
Great. Massive sales month on coffee last...
Yeah, see, I called it. Sales, not profit.
Last month.
Yeah, move that nicotine gum around, buddy. I can spot a nicotine gum chewer a mile away, baby.
Great.
Yeah, lies. Lies.
Absolutely incredible.
When he says stuff like this, you know the opposite's true. It was horrible. Horrible.
And normally the summer is... Here we go. Okay. Normally in the summertime, by the way...
What is he doing? All this dead air. Is he doing an internet search? Are you going to show us the search bar again, Jer? So we know all your business?
Things are pretty slow. You know they smell like cat piss? I mean, I wish the best for them. But I just think it's funny. They're like, oh, I heard...
He just took out the nicotine gum. Yeah, he's used it all up. No more nicotine in there. You need to pop a new piece, buddy.
I heard from some random internet person, everything's falling apart.
Everything is falling apart, dude. We all know it's falling apart. You were building a new studio for $1.2 million. You canceled it. Oh, I only canceled it because that damn contractor took my money and then 8 months passed and he didn't do nothing. Yeah, well, you know, you got your money back, right? You could have taken that and hired a new contractor. Oh, but no, you didn't. You put the money back in your pocket. Probably spent it on that Cybertruck or something, or some other bauble he doesn't need. What a fool.
Now, I'm not going to look at a Social Blade where he gets 50 million views a month.
Okay, guys, he's not getting 50 million views. He's never gotten that many views, man, even with his shorts. He'll get like 38 million or something, 40 million maybe, but that was with shorts. Okay, he's not getting that much. This month he's on track for under 3 million, okay? Under 3 million. The numbers he's talking about are inflated, wildly inflated by his shorts.
Or any of the other easily verifiable facts.
That's not a fact. You're misrepresenting things, buddy, as usual.
I'm just going to believe a couple of retards on the internet. Ah!
Look at his face. You can tell. Let's go back here. You can tell this guy's lying.
A couple of retards on the internet. Ah!
Look at his fake. See how look at his face. See how fake and performative and forced his expression is? He's lying. He's lying. You're lying, pal. We know you're lying. Yep. Pop the new piece of nicotine gum, baby. I got brain damage. What's your excuse? Oh, he has brain damage too. Oh, okay, but it's self-inflicted.
It's great.
Yeah, sniff some more, pal. Sniff some more. By the way, look at his hair. Look at that coarse, straw-like stuff sticking out from underneath those headphones. Dude, it's time to get a haircut. The mullet is out.
Makes me laugh every time.
It's a fake laugh. It's forced. It's performative. You're really crying inside, pal. We know that to be a fact. We know it. It's so obvious.
I will be streaming from a cardboard box next month. That's true. I will.
Look
How
at
did
him.
you know that?
Yeah, sniff some more, pal. Not tomorrow, but eventually you're going to run out of credit. You're going to max out all of your available lines of credit. You probably already maxed out all your credit cards. You're going to run out of money eventually. I don't think he's going to be in a cardboard box, but I did think he's going to be downsizing to a normie apartment. Okay, that's what I think.
Hard to find those like bigger refrigerator ones. So I found one last month, so I'm selling
We know that whenever he's lying, he tries to use humor to cope.
my home and all my cars and
But you are selling all that stuff. We already know you are. You sold that horrific, just ugly. I hate those Cybertrucks, man. They're hideous. I don't know how it's a truck. How's that a truck? Where's the bed? But anyway, yeah, you sold that. So you already told us you're selling all your crap, man.
all that kind of stuff, just so I can live in a cardboard box.
2-bedroom apartment, maybe 3 bedrooms. One for him, one for his wife, because you know they don't share a room. And then the 3rd bedroom will be his new studio. Yeah, this guy. I don't know who he thinks he's fooling. He's not fooling nobody. Nobody is fooled, pal. Nobody. Anyway, the quartering has to be making up stories. In the span of 20 minutes, he went from I won $1,200 in a poker tournament to I won 12 grand on a penny slot machine. Penny slot? But nobody has pennies anymore. Pennies aren't used. Are there penny slots? But pennies have been taken out of circulation. I just went to the store. They owe me a penny. They shorted me. They have no pennies. After saying he'd slothed around for July 4th. He's either lying or a degenerate gambler burning money from his best month ever in the coffee business. Oh, yeah. Well, that I would believe. I absolutely believe Jared would be gambling and burning through money. I do believe that.
In Wisconsin is like the bone stock Wisconsinite. In Wisconsin is like the bone stock Wisconsinite.
Sniffing again. Addy knows. Adderall knows.
So it could.
He can't afford real, actual creatine. Adderall, by the way, is synthetic creatine.
Could have not been me, but the only reason I think it might have been is because I was at pot a lot 2 weeks ago.
You might want to think about that if you have kids, and the doctor tells you your kid's got ADD. Just give him some synthetic creatine. Yeah, don't do that.
Because it was all the end of the month drawings. Of course, I won none of them. I did win 12 grand on a slot machine, though.
Nobody believes that. You didn't win 12 grand on a slot machine. You know how rare it is to win any money at a slot machine, let alone 12 grand? And I've never heard of a penny slot machine. I'm sure it's a thing, but not anymore. Pennies are out of circulation. For the most part, right?
On a penny machine.
Lie.
1.2 million pennies. But the penny machines, if you've been to a modern casino, it's a misnomer.
Why is this guy going to a casino? Dude, you're broke. We know you're broke. We can all do math. Why are you going to a casino? Oh, because he's irresponsible. Ah, I see.
Like, you're still betting $3 on a penny machine.
I guarantee you that when this guy's marriage hits the 20-year mark, his wife's gone. She's gone. In a lot of states, the 20-year mark is when you get lifetime alimony. I'm not sure if that's the case in Wisconsin, but I'd have to look. But if it is, she's going to be gone. I think they've been married 18 years now. So, yeah. She only got to put in another 1.5, 2 years, and then she's getting out of there. Because she has no marketable skills. She's just been a housewife for 20 years almost, and not a very good one, from what I've seen. She'll put in her time, and then she'll get out. She's still not a bad-looking broad. She can find herself another guy. She can find herself a beta simp. Yeah, there's plenty of them. Plenty of them hanging around. We already know she's got very low standards, so shouldn't be too hard for her.
It's just a scam. They're like, oh, do you want to play on a penny machine? I'm like, sure. Oh, it's 538 pennies to play for maximum bonus. So it's $5 a spin, which is crazy to me.
Where's he getting pennies? I don't believe this. You can't get pennies. I mean, maybe from the bank, but I don't know. Every time I go to the store, I don't really use cash very much anymore. But sometimes I do. And 'cause I don't want to use my card. But they don't give me pennies.
Like $1 or $2 in Wisconsin.
This guy. He's such a liar. He said, you didn't win 12 grand at no slot machine. Get out of here, pal. Yes, more. Work everyone up that your knee has exploded to find out you have a Baker's cyst. Cyst? So now his knee isn't blown out. You're a wuss, Jeremy Dale Hamley of Wisconsin. Get that thing drained and give me more crash outs at chat. Ha 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 ha. Woo! The dunkening is hard in this tweet.
Bird injection is always fun. You'll feel good as used, but they do the job. Okay. How stupid do you have to be to read this live? Who gives a shit?
Look at the look on his face. Again, he's uncomfortable. He feels shame. This guy, wow.
I know that like A-logs will think it's weird, but I don't care. I involve my viewers in everything.
Well, that's part of the problem, buddy, and we know you care. I mean, look at what happened at the start of the whole drama controversy that you were embroiled in now. You were all over Twitter, posting constantly, threatening people, telling Fat Man and Little Cokehead that you were going to nuke their channel, which you eventually did, in my opinion. And I think there's been enough circumstantial evidence presented, in addition to your own threats, to prove that you did it. So what are you talking about? You don't care. That's a lie. In my experience, everybody that goes on and on about how they don't care, they care a lot. That's why they feel the need to say they don't care. They want to convince you that they don't care, so you'll stop posting. If they really didn't care, they wouldn't respond at all. People who don't care don't feel the need to say, I don't care.
So I think it seems good. So I think it seems good. I think it seems good. Take a screenshot and ask Grok. Okay. Let's try that.
So I didn't see him talking about having a cyst, but it looks like he may not have blown his knee out. He just had some kind of cyst or something. Okay, Jer. Yeah. You can't really trust this guy. He's not an honest reporter. You really can't trust what he has to say. So let's take a look at Jer's channel here. This is called the Germinal Decline. It's fitting. Jer is very much like a germ. So here we have, I think this is June, month in progress. Where's he at views-wise this month? This is so estimated ad revenue for this first week of July, $412 to $620. He's on route to make $2,500 this month. Wow, that's not so good. His total views for July, without those shorts, which pay no money, by the way, 481,000. He's on track to have the worst month he's ever had. Lowest since peak is 2.9 million from May, I believe. Was that in May? Yeah. Well, he's on track to be even well below that. He's on track to maybe have 2 million views this month. Time to buy some more views, Jer. Oh, you don't have the money? Uh-oh! Woo! Holy crap, $400 to $600 for the first week of June. Now, granted, it's the 6th, so we have one more day for Jared to crank those earnings up a bit. He might get it up to 650, 700. He's still not on track to clear more than 3. He's on track to clear under $3,000 this month. He's got a $10,000 mortgage. What? Wow, how the mighty have fallen. Good Lord. I really wouldn't be surprised if this month he ends up with like 2 million or less. But don't worry, he'll find the money to bot the hell out of some of his videos, right? Pump up his views a bit, or buy some advertising time on YouTube so people are forced to watch his videos, and then those forced views get added to his cumulative long form, and then he'll give you the illusion that he got more views than he actually did. But in reality, his channel is dead. It's done. 2 million views for a channel that has 2 million subs? That's horrific. So there you go. there is our latest update, dunkening on the germ that is Jeremy Dale Hambley. He's not doing too good. He's not doing too good. Got a messed up knee. Either it's a cyst. I don't know what the hell a Baker cyst is, but he's got a cyst or something. He's going to be in a mobility scooter soon. Probably his dream come true, an excuse to not have to walk around at all. I got an excuse. My knee's bad. That's why I can't walk. Probably. Oh, he can't wait. Be puttering around in a scooter. We'll see him at the local Walmart. Yeah, puttering around on one of those Walmart electric scooters. Yeah. You know those scooters, you go to Walmart and you see that like super giant obese person going around the Walmart in one of Walmart's scooters. Yeah, that's going to be Jer. So there you go. Our latest quarter and dunkening. Hope you enjoyed. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Is Jer going to be getting himself a mobility scooter? Is he selling the swamp mansion? Or is he just spring cleaning? And he's not going to be moving? Oh, no! Is Jer still flush with cash? Or is he broke? I'm going to be living with Styx in that laundry room very soon. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube or my Kick channel. The, well, name of my Kick and YouTube channel is at the top of the video there. Also, if you really like and appreciate my content, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. Here it's good for the algorithm. If you'd like to support my continued content creation, there's a number of ways you can do that. You can either join my YouTube subscription service by, well, hitting the join button below the video. You can also follow my Patreon, link in the description. Also, if you'd like to support me, you can donate to my GoFundMe. The link is also in the description. And if you're on Kick and watching this on Kick, you can subscribe there. I think it's $4.99 a month or something. I need 10 subs to get my channel monetized, so that's probably going to take 2 years. But anyway, on that note, I am out of here, folks. I am the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. And take care. Yeah, Jeremy's not doing too well. Despite what he wants you to believe, that he won 12 grand at penny slots, that's a lie. He's not doing well at all. He's not doing well at all. I really think this guy is on the way to the poorhouse. I think he's on the way to bankruptcy. That's what I think. All right, let me get to your comments if there's any. Also, let me check out my Kick, although there's nobody there. Opie Melendez is in the house. Hey, Opie, how you doing? Yeah, if you're watching on Kick, by the way, I do read comments, but only after I'm done reviewing whatever story I'm currently commenting on, so I'm not ignoring you. So please be patient. All right, let me scroll back in my YouTube comments. Okay. CJ, he's going to smash something. No, I'm not going to smash something, man. That's what I would do. I might do it again. I don't know, S1M. CJ548. If you had a second throwaway account, you could watch on YouTube just like us with a cheap cell phone. S1M, the Hamburglar. Terra Exodus. He's scooter bound. Probably. Yeah. I think he wants to be in a mobility scooter. Then he has an excuse not to have to walk around. The guy's so lazy. 10-ton midnight. 10-toe midnight. More gin, I called it. CJ54. Maybe you could pull the good version off of the other platform and load it to YouTube later. Those kind of screw-ups for me are kind of rare, actually. So I'll just redo it. It's not a big deal. 10-toe. You need to stay gummed up, man. Yeah, I know. Terra Exodus. Nicotine gums gives me an hour of hiccups. Well, it doesn't do that to me. CJ, soft pretzel with mustard, give me hiccups. Okay. Phased by Moons, I just joined. Well, thank you, Phased by. I appreciate it. Phased by Moons, no sound. CJ, he figured it out. What's Trevor got for us today? Let the roast begin. Do a mic test. Yes, Tara, we did that. Everybody's a critic. Aye. Soyeon Ski Wajao. I can't read your name, man. Key Krangle? I can't read that. 10 to midnight. Vac Jack. Good to see you. Long time no see. You doing okay? Yeah. Tento. Yeah, working hard is... okay, you're talking to somebody else. Terra Exodus. His walking is to the grate in his basement. Needs to release the coffee. S1M. He sits. Why the hell can't he still make videos? I don't get that, man. Key Krangle. England will be waking up soon. Gotta go. Take care. Terra Exodus already awake. Tento Midnight. Keep the rubber side down. I don't know what you're talking about. S1M. Sounds like he's planning on going to rehab. Terra Exodus. My dad said burn. What? S1M bankruptcy. That's a good reason to sell his possessions too. Yeah. Terra Exodus. I don't think Jer can rock a beanie. No. Earl 96. Styx cursed his mic. What the? Tento Midnight. Jer might have to save his mortgage. It'll be worth watching him then. Terra says, stop pausing the video. Wait, that's just dead air, Jer. Yeah. Tento. My toast was burning. S1M, if he was doing well, this stuff wouldn't bother him. Let's be honest. Yeah, it's the truth. Tento, that's the hair growing from his ears. S1M, he's definitely lying. Dusty Rhodes! Hey, Dusty, how you doing? Ah, you're on my kick. Cool. Cool. I know you're a follower, but is anybody going to subscribe? I'd love it if some folks subscribe to my kick. I need 10 subs to... get monetized on Kick. It sounds easy, but it's really not. But I think that's because subs cost like $4.99. So yeah. I'll probably do the Styx video again. Yeah, that didn't go very well. I screwed that up. Whew. Boy, oh boy, did I screw the pooch there. I'll do a different Styx video. I can't review the same video from Styx twice in the same night. I'll do the hypocrisy one next video. I'll replace it with the one where he talks about how animals are better than people. Now that makes me laugh just talking about it. In fact, let me open that up right now. I can dunk on Styx all day, man. All day! Give me a sec here. Got to open this crap up now. I did not have this video in my show prep notes. I prepare my videos ahead of time, unlike Jer. I put the URL along with the description of said URL in my notes, so I know what I'm going to be talking about. I can just open it easily. That's pretty rudimentary, but it works. It works. Nothing too fancy, but it doesn't need to be. All right, let me open up my bookmarks here. Well, actually, I don't... yeah, here we go. It's in my bookmarks. Oh, God. Oh, he looks terrible. Oh, my God. Styx, man. What the hell are you doing to yourself? Oh, wow. This is bad, man. This is really bad. Okay, yeah. We got to cover this next. Give me a sec to rehydrate. Unlike Jeremy Hambley and Styx, you see from my style of presenting content, I actually get pretty animated. So I gotta hydrate up, baby. Okay, my nicotine gum is close. I'm good to go. Let's turn on presenter cam, and I will do a mic test. The microphone is on now in this scene, but you know, better safe than sorry. I should have done a mic test before. It's my fault. All right, there's Styx. Okay, we're in a different screen now. So let me know if the sound is all right.
You know.
Oh God, this guy. Wow, what's that background noise? Jeez, he's got the worst sound. That reminds me, I gotta turn. Geez, there's a fan in this background that's on. Let me turn that off. Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm gonna assume you all can hear me. Oh, you should just see Keck ride the guy. I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. I gotta stop reading Tento's chats. He doesn't seem to be talking to me. All right. So the camera's a little off. Now it's off center on my monitor, but it's centered. This is annoying. But all right, anyway, let's get into this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's full screen this guy. I can't swallow. What the hell? Damn nicotine gum. There we go. So hello all and welcome. It is I, the Realist Philosopher. And this is the Realist Philosopher Show. So how y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. So it's time for another dunkening of Styxhexenhammer666. Also known as Tarl Warwick. Also known as the plague victim, as demonstrated by his shirt with the plague doctor on it that he's been wearing now for like 2 weeks straight. This guy. I want to tell the world how little I care about how I look. I'm not even going to comb my hair or change my clothes. He. That's probably all he has. He's got like 2 shirts. He's got that double-sided shirt, right? That's black on one side, white on the other. Yeah. Change me time. I don't have to change my shirt. I just turn it inside out and it's another shirt. Yeah, but it's the same shirt, yo. Still got the same armpit stains on it. Because you're sweating out your ass because there's no AC in that room you're in. So here we have Styxhexenhammer666. And thank God he put on a jacket. Yeah. He got tired of people dunking on him for his gangly arms. So he took people's advice. He put something on, long sleeves. That's good. Very wise of you, Styx. Although if you had half a brain, you wouldn't have been filming, creating content with a short sleeve shirt. But anyway, in this video, we have Styx talking about how animals are better than people. Oh, are they? I see. Okay, buddy. Okay, let's hear it.
All right, everyone. It's time to talk about how animals are superior to humans. Yes.
What does that sound? Sounds like water running. Was I right about him being in a laundry room? Or did they finally put an AC in there, and maybe that's why he can now wear that leather jacket? Because before he was talking about how hot it was, had no AC. I don't know. Is that a running washing machine?
Indeed. I realize that animals of...
Let's listen to the start again. It sounds like a washing machine to me.
All right, everyone. It's time to talk about how animals are superior to humans.
Really? How? They're dumb. They're very dumb compared to humans. I mean, maybe not chimps or great apes, but they're not as smart as we are. I mean, I know that Coco could do like sign language. That Coco was pretty smart. Maybe on par with Somali, but Yeah, most animals are pretty stupid, man. What are you talking about? Wonder what his metric is for better. Good Lord.
Yes, indeed. I realize that animals, of course, involve human beings being a form of mammalia. That being said, human beings are far inferior to most of the lesser sentient life forms around them.
Well, first of all, they're not sentient, okay? Because sentience requires a certain level of consciousness and self-awareness, higher thinking, right, that most animals do not have. I mean, if an animal's too smart, if it doesn't have enough of a sense of self to know that when it looks in a mirror, it's not another dog, then, yeah, they're not sentient. He doesn't know what sentient means because, he's not too bright. But anyway, let's continue.
That is that, think about it this way. Animals will attack when they are hungry. Carnivorous animals, they'll attack when they're hungry. They will attack when antagonized.
I don't know, sometimes they'll attack because they just don't like you. Sometimes they'll attack because they're a-holes. Some animals are a-holes, pal. You do know that, right? No. I will ascribe a higher level of intelligence to them than they actually have to try and make my argument, but I will not point out the negatives of animals. They're better in every way. Oh, okay.
And they will attack if they are sick. Human beings will attack for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
So will animals. Very often. What is he talking about? We've all seen those videos of dogs chasing people on bikes, chasing people for no good reason, attacking people for seemingly no good reason. Random dogs on the street attacking rando people for seemingly no good reason. What's he talking about?
There's a difference between these two things. Human beings will launch off and just start attacking someone for absolutely no reason at all.
Those are called crazy people, man. We used to have asylums for them until that idiot Reagan got rid of all the asylums. Ooh, we're going to save a whole bunch of money. We don't have to fund all these asylums. Hee hee hee. Yeah, actually ends up costing like 10 times more to treat all these mentally ill people in outpatient form than it does to concentrate all of that human capital in one building and do it all there. Oh, man. Reagan was the biggest puppet of them all. What a dimwit. That's what happens when you make an actor a politician. Yeah, just look at that Zelensky idiot in Ukraine. Was he a former comedian?
Maybe they want to mug them. Maybe they want to simply assault them or...
Well, mugging, that's a reason, right? That's not no reason. They want your money. Yeah. Criminals, okay.
Something like that. This doesn't happen among animals.
That's not true. That's not true. There's plenty of animals that steal kills from other animals. Hyenas, for one. Lots of predators are opportunistic, man. The lion will do the hard work, and then a pack of hyenas comes in and robs them. What's he talking about? There's mugger hyenas. What is this guy's... Oh, my God.
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, animals are fairly placid.
No, they're not. Well, go pet a polar bear then, pal. See what happens.
Actually, I was going to make a video about sharks because there's apparently a swarm of sharks off the shore.
Dude, sharks attack people all the time. What's in their nature? They think we're seals.
Here in New York City. They are very placid. They are probably not going to attack you.
Probably? Means they might. You telling me sharks aren't a-holes too? There's some a-hole sharks, I'm sure. You don't know. Maybe sometimes they attack people. No, it's a person, but they just don't like people.
How many tales do we have every year of bear attacks, wolf attacks, shark attacks?
A lot. It happens often. It's not rare.
Etc. Okay, it's in the dozens range.
We're like hundreds, you imbecile.
Now, how many tales do you have of human attack?
Well, humans are far more prevalent among other humans, so there's that. Pretty sure if we released a bunch of bears in New York City, There'd be a lot of bear attacks, yo.
On humans. Tens of thousands of them. Literally tens of thousands of them.
So? So what? I don't know what his point here is. What's your point, man?
Who's more violent?
Grizzly bear's pretty violent, man. What are you talking about? These things kill and eat other animals, man. Well, so do we, but, you know. I mean, what's your point? You're gonna say humans are more violent than a grizzly bear? I don't know. I think most humans are pretty civilized. You're talking about like 1% of humans, man. 1% of humans. Now go out into the wilderness and start dancing for a grizzly bear. See what the odds are of him attacking you. They're probably better than 50-50, yo. I wouldn't say the odds are like that with a human. I go out and dance in the street among other humans. They're going to look at me like I'm a nut job. Not going to attack me.
You know, the top killer of humans is mosquitoes because of malaria.
Uh-huh.
The second biggest killer...
But isn't a mosquito an animal? It's just in their nature. I don't know what his point here is. By the way, all these claims are totally, completely unfalsifiable. I mean, you can't speak to the motives of an animal. They don't have language. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Oh, he's Dr. Doolittle now. Okay.
Killer of humans is humans. Well, animals, therefore, are pretty placid.
No, they just stay away from humans because they know how dangerous we are. That's true. Yeah, okay. And we kill them all off, too. We kill them. We kill them, yo! We killed most of them in New York, and New York's got, what, pigeons flying around, some squirrels? I don't know what his point is here. Animals are smart enough to stay away from humans for the most part, because, yeah, we're dangerous, but you get a grizzly out in the middle of the wilderness in Alaska, you don't run away. I mean, you encounter one, the odds are pretty good you're going to get attacked, man. Same as it doesn't go for a human. There's just a lot more of us, okay? Unlike animals, we've mastered things like medicine, right? And treatment of medicine and wounds and all that stuff. So there's a lot more of us. I don't know what his point here is, Matt.
For the most part. For the most part, they don't trouble you at all. If you are walking through the woods and you see a bear, you can clang some pots together or something like that, and they'll probably just run off.
Maybe. Maybe not. Have you ever done that? No, he don't know.
You're probably not going to get killed by a bear.
You can't say that. You don't know.
If you are in the water, you have probably swam with sharks.
Yeah, I don't go in the water, man. I don't like water, okay? The closest I want to get to a water is in my shower. That's it, okay?
If you have gone into the blue water region. If you've gone into the actual ocean, probably there were sharks below you. Did they attack you? No.
Yeah, but they could. I don't know.
And they probably won't. By the way, there's a trick you can do where you take two fingers and you stick it in the water and twiddle it around a little bit, and they'll think that it's a fish.
I don't understand what his point here is, though. They just don't recognize us as prey because they don't encounter us very much. We're kind of small, too. String beanie for them. They want to eat a seal. There's not much meat to us, man. Sharks are big. They need a lot of calories. Humans are not a preferred food source. What's your point? Because they don't eat humans very often, they're better than humans? But I'm kind of sure that a seal would not share your opinion. I think the seal would think that sharks are extremely dangerous and bad. By the way, is his metric that, humans kill other humans, so humans worse than shark because sharks don't kill humans, yeah, but they kill other stuff. They kill other stuff that you believe is better than a human. So doesn't that make them worse? Well, I don't understand his logic.
Yeah, you can ride it like a torpedo if you really want to.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that I'm not gonna, and you're not gonna be jumping on a shark's back, okay?
It's probably...
No, you can't ride around on a shark like a torpedo, man. It's not a horse, okay?
not advisable, but it is possible to do.
Yeah, sure, okay, yeah. A lot of things are possible, man. I don't know what your point is, again. No, it's not really. Don't do that, by the way. Don't ride around on a shark. Don't try to do that, okay?
Yeah, you can do this with stingrays and other such.
Stingray? Wasn't that guy, that Australian guy that was always doing that really dangerous stuff with snakes, that Australian dude? Wasn't he killed by a stingray? Stabbed him in the heart? Yeah, dude.
Life forms as well. It's pretty fun.
This guy's just he's just an overgrown hippie. That's all he is.
The fact is that animals are simply better.
What are you talking about, dude? Nobody kills more salmon in the wild than a big grizzly bear. You think a grizzly bear is better than a human because it doesn't kill humans? But it kills lots of other stuff. And it kills more. Well, what about those knockers that work in those cattle places that knock the cattle in the head and kill the cattle? I'm not one of those.
Like, if I was going to be stuck on a desert island, who would I take with me?
Don't say grizzly bear. Don't say the bear, okay?
Would I take a human being who might stab me in the back or steal my coconuts?
But might not.
Or would I take, let's say, a cat? I think that...
Wait. Why a cat? Why don't you take the grizzly bear, Styx? Because all animals are better than humans, right? Why don't you take a grizzly bear with you? Instead, he takes something innocuous that he could step on. I'll take a cat. Yes, no threat to you. You can step on it, break its neck. Notice he's not taking the grizzly bear.
I'm gonna choose the cat.
Oh.
The cat's probably gonna be a better companion.
Well, they already are companion animals now. By the way, they're sucky companion animals. Most of them are not very affectionate. Try to pet a cat. It's just as likely to bite you as it is to purr.
Probably a little bit better.
Oh.
It's just the way that it is.
You think a cat would be a better companion than another human? Really? Okay, pal. Ugh, what a sad life you live that you hold that opinion.
Or a dog, or something like that.
You gonna take a Rottweiler? You gonna take a pit bull with you? No! I'm gonna take a little Chihuahua. Oh, another animal that's no threat to you.
That would be much preferable, because the alternative is someone who is probably more likely to become violent.
Why? Because they're human? But grizzly bears are violent. Cats can be violent. They kill mice all the frickin' time. What are you talking about? They're violent too. All animals are violent. I don't understand what he's talking about. He's created this weird qualifier that, but it's got to be humans they kill. See, if animals don't kill humans, they're not violent, and thereby they're better than humans. But they are violent. What are you talking about?
And probably more likely to cause violence to me than the animal will.
Well, if you pick a cat, yeah. Because again, you can just step on the cat. But if you take a grizzly bear with you, no, all bets are off, buddy.
The animal's probably just gonna sit there. Alright.
You mean the cat. Right. Yeah.
Here's some crab meat for you, doggo. Yeah, this is a good doggo. The doggo is just gonna eat the crab meat and go to sleep, probably.
Unless there's no food. If he's starving bad enough, he might eat you.
The human, meanwhile, will probably just make goddamn problems.
Oh, okay, here we go. See, this is his personal bias. He doesn't like other people, okay? This guy's a misanthrope. He's a virtual shut-in. Even when he lived with mommy and daddy over there in Vermont, he rarely, if ever, went outside. He has agoraphobia. He has massive anxiety, social anxiety. He hates other people. He hates other people, okay? So, I'm not surprised he holds this opinion.
This is what is likely to happen.
Why? Why would it be likely? Because it's another human being, it's going to cause problems? But a cat wouldn't? I mean, cat's dumb. What does that have, a 10 IQ? Maybe? 5 or 10? It's not capable of causing you very many problems, and if it does, you can just whack its head with a rock.
This is not an implausible scenario.
Well, you could whack the human in there with the rock, too. You're on a deserted island. Nobody's going to know, right? Probably opt for that.
Human beings tend to cause problems.
Why? What are you talking about? What?
Think about it. Human beings build nuclear materials.
I mean, some humans do, but not the majority. Like nuclear scientists do. Yeah. What's your point? Because they build a nuke, they're a violent person? What?
Now, these can be used for energy.
Yeah.
They can be used for all sorts of pragmatic purposes. But then they use it to blow each other up.
That happened once, during World War II. Hasn't happened since. And?
Bullets can be used.
One could argue that that's prevented more war, except in the Middle East, because they didn't get nukes, right? You know, Middle East has got to always be there as a perpetual battleground, so, you know, we have an excuse to go to war there and spend trillions of dollars so the military-industrial complex can keep raking in the dough, baby. But, for the most part, how much war is going on, really? Oh, Russia attacked Ukraine, though. Yeah, that's because we provoked them to do so by threatening to have Ukraine join NATO. And not to mention the fact that Russia is back on the gold standard, and the truth of the matter is this whole proxy war with Russia is about that, but I digress.
For hunting. But then they use them to shoot each other. Over and over again.
Yeah, and grizzly bears use the weapons they have. Their teeth and their claws. They kill lots of stuff. The fact that they don't kill a lot of humans, by the way, there's not that many grizzly bears left in the, United States and North America, but the odds of getting attacked by one if you encounter it out in the wilderness and it's hungry are pretty freaking high, actually. You don't even want to get into how likely it is for a polar bear to attack you if it sees you. It's very likely.
Explosives can be used to try to clear out mines and build tunnels and all of these other things. What do they actually use it for? Blowing each other up.
They also use it to create mines. I don't know what your point is. It's just point that because humans have higher intelligence and they're more capable of violence because of that intelligence and the ability to create tools using that intelligence, that we're more capable of violence on a grander scale. Well, yeah, intelligence is a two-edged sword, but we also use it to do a lot of good and to create and build a lot of stuff.
Humans have a proclivity towards this sort of action.
You mean violence? So does every animal on Earth. What's your point?
Animals do not have that proclivity.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. They are violent all the time. Carnivores. They eat the vegetable-eating animals, yo. Predation. They're preying on everything they can to survive. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
They don't have the skill to make the materials, and they don't have the will to try to use them for those purposes.
Yeah, but they have claws and teeth, and they use those. And they're very violent. How are they better than humans? And by the way, most human beings are not violent. Does he understand this? That it's just a very, very small segment of the population that's violent? Does he understand that? It's like 1%.
Well,
this is what we call a false conflation, by the way. Also a compositional fallacy.
I would say that that's superior in the end. I would say in the end that that is far superior.
So you're saying a deer is better than a human because it's not violent? I mean, they fight each other quite a bit for mating. They impale each other with those horns of theirs. What? I don't. Even the most so-called peaceful animals are violent for many of the same reasons that humans are. So I don't know what this guy's talking about.
The animals aren't doing anything wrong. Yeah, they just live in the woods and shit like that.
I mean, it depends. By our moral standards, they would be if we applied them to the animals, right? One deer kills another deer for the right to mate. By human moral standards, that would be considered evil. But no, that's okay. You see, when they do it, that's all right. And they're better than us humans. Even though a deer will kill another deer for the right to mate with whatever female is at hand that they're both competing over. But you see, that's okay. That's in their nature. Is it in humans' nature to be violent? Well, see, that's bad. But most humans aren't violent. The vast majority are very peaceful. So I don't know what he's talking about here.
Take a piss.
I would argue that humans are far more peaceful, the majority, of humans are far more peaceful than the majority of animals. This guy.
Stuff along those lines.
I would say if you applied per capita standards, humans are actually more peaceful than animals. I don't know. Is that his metric for better? Less violent? Humans, by and large, are probably less violent than animals. A lot less violent.
They don't have any proclivities of those kinds.
Well, we have the capacity to create greater destruction on a larger scale. So it seems kind of like humans are more violent because when a small percentage of us get violent, it's much more obvious. It's much more visible. It's much more destructive on a larger scale. But that doesn't mean humans are by and large more violent than animals. It's just a few humans that are violent are capable of inflicting more damage. He doesn't understand these distinctions. He doesn't. How is this guy considered an intellectual? I don't get it.
Humans, though, do. Humans do have that proclivity.
What proclivity? All animals have the proclivity for violence. What?
Humans will invent explosives.
Yeah, they were invented. Yeah, so what?
And then instead of using it for a constructive purpose, they use it to blow people up.
No. Some. Very, very, very small percentage. Some. Most don't. 99% don't.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. That's great. Yeah, it's wonderful. Sheer awesomeness. No, it's not awesome. It's a pile of bullshit is what it is. Now, I'm not trying to go full libtard on you.
Well, you failed there. You already have. Libtard and beyond.
I don't believe in that sort of bullshit.
What?
The haranguing that we get from the left, yeah, mostly it's just hypocrisy more than anything else.
Yeah, that's some of the most violent people out there, leftists, okay? That's for sure.
They like to blow each other up as much as the next man.
I don't like blowing people up. What are you talking about? What? I'm not a pacifist, by the way. If somebody attacks me, threatens me, if I think they're going to do me harm, I will inflict violence upon them, but in self-defense. That's not the same thing, Styx.
They love to shoot people. They just don't want you to own a gun. Okay? Yeah, now you're getting it. That being said, there is a central sort of concept to this that is not really grasped by the actual general individual. There's a central concept that is not grasped by the average person. They don't understand it.
You don't understand what the hell you're talking about.
You try to tell them, hey, you know, that this technology is great, but you're misusing it. What do they say to you? Once you answer that question, then you get your answer. The fact is that these people...
The fact is that we got a few power-hungry psychopaths in power. And we got some more psychopaths in the military-industrial complex that want to keep the money rolling. And the best way to keep the money rolling is to create wars, gin up wars, create conflict, and they make the weapons. They sell the weapons to the government that then prints more money to pay these people for those weapons, okay? Those people are a very small segment of the population. By the way, extremely small.
Don't really understand the technology that they themselves are professing is so great.
I don't know. I mean, I think I understand how nuclear power and nuclear weapons work. So, yeah. Bigotry of low expectations here. This shows you how little he thinks of the intelligence of his viewer. The fact that this guy actually ever had fans, it does tell me that a lot of his fans are not too bright. But anyway.
More than anything else. They don't get it. They just don't understand it.
You don't either.
It's sad, too, in effect. It is sad and unintelligent.
As are you.
It is a pile of horseshit.
Don't know what you're referring to.
And they just don't get what they're talking about.
Neither do you. I'm pretty sure that if we, per capita took a look at 100,000 polar bears and 100,000 random humans, I'm pretty freaking sure the polar bear is 100% more violent than any human. They're absolutely, positively killing crap every freaking day. They're very, very violent. What is he talking about?
That's the problem. The problem...
Oh, well, realist humans kill people do just by proxy. They're buying meat. They're buying fish. Somebody had to kill that. Again, that doesn't mean you're a violent individual. It doesn't. Do I have the capacity for violence? Sure. But by the way, he's making the argument that animals are better than people. But they're not. They're not at all.
The problem is that...
And by the way, what about a vegetarian? Well, they don't participate in any of this mass slaughter to feed people. What about them, Styx? Wouldn't the vegetarian, by your logic, be the ultimate incarnation of perfection? Better than any animal on Earth.
These people don't understand their own technology. The people at the top do, but then they misuse it. But then, if you criticize the people at...
I don't know, we haven't nuked anybody since Nagasaki, yo. Been a long time since World War II, pal.
the top, then they have a problem with you, specifically. That's also a problem that we have seen.
Yeah, they want to get rid of your guns. They want to get rid of your ability to defend yourself. Remember Biden? Well, you don't need a gun. What are you going to do with a gun against tanks? A lot I can do against the people driving that tank, yo. There ain't no body armor made that'll stop every single round that exists out there. So, yeah.
A real big problem, by the way. It's problematic because it's completely wrong.
By the way, there's always the headshot, the neck shot.
It's totally and utterly wrong.
Give me some uranium-depleted rounds. I guarantee you I'm going to get to that tank, too.
And we try to address it, but it doesn't make any sense because trying to reason with these people is seemingly impossible.
Trying to reason with you is impossible. If I could reason with you, you'd already turned yourself into the cops. That would be the reasonable thing to do, pal.
The fact is that animals are simply superior to human beings.
In what metric? Intelligence? No. They're far inferior. Far inferior. Violence? Animals are way more violent than humans. Generally speaking. Far more. Most humans are quite peaceful individuals and they want to live in peace, okay? What about leftists? They're very small percentage of the population. And within that population of leftists, the vast majority of them are not violent. Again, it's like 1% of the population that commits violence, okay? Can you say that about grizzly bears or black bears or deer even? When they kill another deer so they can bang and rut with that female? No! So how are they better?
They simply are.
They're not.
They're simply superior.
How? What's his metric? I don't know what his metric is. Running speed? Yeah, we're not very good runners compared to some animals, although we do have more endurance than any other animal on Earth. A well-trained human long-distance runner can outrun a horse, can outrun a wolf. In terms of endurance, humans actually have more than any other animal on Earth. But again, I don't know, what's his metric? It seems to be just violence. So on that one, he's dead wrong. Just like he'd be dead if he found himself out in the wilderness with a grizzly bear, despite his arguments to the contrary.
Again, if I was going to go to a desert island like it's Gilligan's Island,
Again, taking the cat with you. A harmless animal to a human. By and large. They might scratch your face before you snap their neck, but...
minnow has crashed. Oh God! And I'm all alone. I would prefer to take a cat or a dog.
But not a grizzly bear, right. So even somewhere deep down, he sees the flaws in his stupid arguments.
Or something like that. Some reasonably sentient species.
They're not sentient. They're very dumb. They look in a mirror, they think it's another cat, okay? They don't have the requisite level of self-awareness to qualify as sentient. He doesn't even know what sentient means.
As opposed to having a human companion.
think he just hates humans. I just think he hates other people. That's all.
They would be more useful in every single way, shape, and form.
Well, I agree they would be more useful, because when I got hungry, I could just kill the cat and eat the cat. Same for the dog. I wouldn't do that with another person. I mean, I don't know if I get hungry enough. I don't know. Maybe if they die from natural causes and I'm starving. It's hard to say.
They would be more useful. They would be better.
How would the cat be more useful? Go hunting for mice? If there's mice on that island, it'll just eat the mice. You won't get the mice.
And they would be less likely to randomly attack me.
Let me tell you something. This guy, he's just been done dirty by other humans because he's such a weirdo. He's such a goofball. He's so strange. He's so unusual. I guarantee you he got picked on mercilessly in school. He doesn't like other people. So his solution is to just wall himself off from other people, become agoraphobic, have all this social anxiety, probably because of how horribly he's been treated by other people. And so he thinks animals are superior. This is all just confirmation bias crap. Not very good confirmation bias crap, I might add.
Unless they become sick, or they're starving to death or something.
And then you can eat them.
And I can probably prevent that, then...
How? If it's starving to death and there's no food, you're starving to death too, so you gotta eat the cat, right? That's how it's useful.
The human is more likely to attack me than the animal is.
I don't know about that. How do you know that? How do you falsify that claim? I don't get it. You can't know that.
And that's just the fact.
That's not a fact. You can't prove that at all. What are you talking about?
That's about all.
Peace out. I'm going to say it for you because I can't stand listening to him say it. But anyway, there you go. Another ridiculous, stupid take from Styxhexenhammer666. You heard it here. Humans are worse than animals. Animals are better because animals are less violent, even though I've proven that that's not the case. So there you go. Yet another reason not to watch this guy, except to see him crash and burn, which is entertaining. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Are animals better than humans? No. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe. Leave a comment. I hear it's good for the algorithm. Also, if you'd like to support my continued content creation, well, there's a number of ways you can do it. Excuse me. And if you'd like to support my continued content creation, there's a number of ways you can do it. You can hit the join button below this video to join my YouTube channel as a monthly supporting member. If you're watching this on Kick, you can subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can join my Patreon. Link in the description. Same goes for Kick. And you can also leave a super chat. Any amount's greatly appreciated. Or you can make a donation to my GoFundMe if you want to know what that's all about. Click on the link. Anyhow, on that note, I'm out of here. I am the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. And take care. Yeah, this is stupid. This is so stupid, man. Doesn't make any sense. What's he talking about? By the way, what he's talking, animals better than people? They're opportunistic, just like people. I mean, if the chips are down, they're going to eat you too, man. Oh, well, I couldn't trust a person, but I could trust a cat. No, the cat just doesn't have the requisite size and strength to rip you apart. But how about you bring a leopard with you, buddy? Whoa, no, I don't want to do that. It would defeat my argument because we all know the leopard would eat me. Well, yeah. Oh, okay, Styx. Yeah, what a dope. This is stupid. He comes up with some of the stupidest crap. So dumb. All right, let me, well, it's not that many comments. Crap. That's not good. Now, let me check my, okay, wait, Opie Melendez, the human would more likely team up with you to help you both survive. Styx is an idiot. Yes, Opie Melendez on Kick. I agree. The cat dog would eat the same food as you and not be able to help the both of you get food. The other human would be able to help you get food. Yeah. You pool your resources, man. I don't know what he's talking about. Doesn't make sense. You see, he's come to this conclusion because all he's had is contentious relations with other humans. Because he's such an oddball. He's so antisocial. He's incapable of getting along with other humans, so he sees them in the worst possible light. All he sees are the negatives, because that's probably to a large extent all he's experienced. What he doesn't understand is he's seen all these negatives because of him. It's you, buddy. It's you. You're the problem. You don't get that. No. Everybody else is to blame. Humans are evil. Animals are great. Yeah, they taste good. I know that. I would agree with you there, buddy. They taste real good. That's one way animals are useful. I can eat them. What a dope. What a dullard. Some of the stupidest crap I've ever heard. SM1. I think that's the AC. Yeah, he must have just gotten it. I didn't hear it before. SM1. Maybe they feed him table scraps, and that's why he's lost so much weight. Could be. Tento Midnight. He did not take the My Fugitive Pirate advice, dude. He might be making an attempt to cut on you, but what? Tento Midnight. Reagan was Bush's puppet. Sowianski. Reagan was overrated and a terrible governor. Yeah. Tento Midnight. Reagan gave lots of heavy production jobs to China. Now they rule our world. S1M. He must be drunk again, riding a shark and a stingray. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, go try to ride a stingray. See what happens. They'll stab you in the heart with that long tail, man. Was that guy's name Steve Irwin? Was that the guy that got stabbed in the heart by a stingray? What an idiot. He did that show on the Discovery Channel. He would play around with cobras and shit and black mambas. I saw that coming a mile away, man. I knew that guy was going to get killed by one of them animals eventually. You know, one of those good animals. Yeah. What a dimwit. Animals are better than people. Really? Mm-hmm. I don't know what metric you're using, buddy. You're using a different metric than me. Yeah. That's some of the dumbest. Oh, man. Does anybody out there seriously think that animals are better than humans? I mean, I don't know. What does he mean by better? I mean, he's picking a very odd metric. It's certainly not intelligence. They're not smarter. Are they more compassionate? I don't think so. They're pretty low-order life forms, man. I mean, maybe not chimps and such, but even they go to war. What's he talking about? Chimps go to war with other chimp tribes. They're cannibals. They'll eat other chimps. They'll eat other, species of monkey. I don't know what he's talking about. What animals? What does he think? We're living in a Disney movie? Yeah. This dude lives in make-believe land. He thinks we live in a Disney movie, man. That's where he thinks we exist. Yeah. Talking dogs and shit. Idiotic. What a brain-dead take. It literally makes no sense at all. Yeah. Stupid. So stupid. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the dumb female cop. I saw this and I thought it was so funny. Yeah. Who out there thinks women should be cops, by the way? I don't. Give me a sec. I have to get my nicotine gum just right. Okay, there we go. You have to shake the nicotine gum and then stick it between your gum and your cheek. Yeah, it's a very specific way to use it. I would get the lozenges. They're a much easier, slower release, but they also cost more. I'm a cheapskate, so yeah. I don't want to go that route. I don't know why they're more expensive.
I don't understand why.
I guess there's more effort goes into production. I guess it's cheaper to make gum than a lozenge. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on to the next piece, shall we? All right. Check. All right. Sound. Let me do a sound check here real quick.
Why? I just don't understand why. There was no need to punch me in the face. I mean,
don't be broad. Some people don't have a need. And I assume everybody can hear it okay. Yep, looks like it's working fine. Let's get to the next content piece. So hello all and welcome. It is I, the Realist Philosopher. And this is the Realist Philosopher Show. So how y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine and well. So in this video, we have a dudette cop, a female cop in the UK. Of course, we have them in America too, because we're just so darn progressive. And it's such a good idea to have a 120-pound little chick that's 5'1", running around and confronting and trying to, subdue dudes that weigh 200 pounds and are 2 or 3 times stronger than them. Yeah, that's a real good idea. So anyway, she got beat up. She got beat up. Big shocker there. Girl that's trying to wrestle with dudes gets beat up. News at 11. Well, apparently it is news. And she's upset. She's upset that people are dunking on her for trying to be a police officer because, don't you know, whatever a man can do, a woman can do. Yeah, I don't need no man. Of course, all of these female cops have male partners, for some unknown reason, because they're just as capable as a dude, right? Yeah. Why do you have a male partner? Why don't you have 2 dudettes running around? Crickets. Nobody has an answer for that one. Yeah. Got to get them womans out there into the workforce to, dilute the job pool so we can lower wages and at the same time collect double the taxes. Oh, boy. Yeah. Got to open up as many jobs as possible, even if the woman can't really do it so effectively. But anyway, let's listen to what this broad has to say and what kind of cope she's coming up with, shall we?
that felt like it was a targeted assault on myself.
No, assault is targeted? If somebody punches you in the face, it's because they're trying to punch you in the face? Say it ain't so.
This is PC Lydia Ward talking about this moment in July 2024 when she and colleagues tried to arrest a man at Manchester Airport, and this is what happened. That punch broke her nose.
What's the thing that really sticks in your mind?
Oh, there's another female cop there. So both females got knocked down by a guy because they shouldn't be there in that job. Yeah, imagine that.
Mind about what happened on that day?
Just the pain of it. It really,
They got some wimpy cops over there, by the way. Men and women.
really was painful. That's the main thing that sticks in my mind. And
It hurt, yeah. Never had your nose broken? I have. I've had my jaw broke, too. Yeah, I kept fighting, by the way. She didn't. But I thought that women had a higher pain tolerance than men. Apparently not. Apparently, when you give birth to a child, which is supposedly so painful, the woman's brain, which has evolved to do that, releases all of these pain-killing chemicals to dull the pain. Yeah, but I thought you could handle pain, ladies.
shock that it had happened and how frightened I was. You're never prepared for that.
Well, you're a woman. You're certainly not prepared for that. Men are. No. Women are never prepared for that. Generally speaking. There might be like a small percentage of women that are, ass kickers. There's always going to be an exception to the rule, but that just proves the rule.
I know I'm a police officer and I have been in
You're not a police officer. You are a LARPer. You pretend to be a police officer. There's a difference.
situations where I felt frightened before, never as much as in that moment.
Mohammed Fahir Amaz was convicted of the assault of PC Ward. Initially, only a part of the video of that incident emerged.
Yeah, we got a future astronaut there. Beating up female cops. Yeah, imagine that.
Showing what the police did, but not what led up to it.
It was really frustrating, and there was an element of me being angry about that because
I bet it was frustrating. You lacked the physical strength. The men carry all the heavy stuff. You are allowed to walk around and wear a badge and wear a gun and wear a taser. I don't know if she's allowed to have a gun. I don't know if I don't think all UK cops have guns. Maybe she had a taser and a billy club, which she wouldn't have the strength to swing with enough force to really do any damage. Probably couldn't even crack a knee enough to get somebody immobile. So I bet you are frustrated. You do not have the requisite physical strength to deal with most men. Even a strong female cop is probably going to be weaker than an average dude. It's called reality, sweetheart.
just wanted to scream, no, that's not the full story, and people obviously didn't know.
We know that you got punched and you became immobile, okay? Now, that could happen to a dude as well, but it's far less likely to happen, and it's probably going to do less damage to a dude. Men have greater bone mass, greater bone density. We're stronger than you are. And despite what the effing would have you believe, men actually have a much higher tolerance for pain than women.
And the frustration is that nobody else was there apart from the people in that video, so no one else knows what happens, but yet people are commenting on it.
What they do know is that you were unable to do your job. Unable. It don't matter how many weights you lift, doesn't matter how many roids you might pump yourself up with, and we can tell by your voice that you ain't doing that. You are not going to have the physical capability to do the job. And that was obvious, and that's what people are commenting on.
And giving their opinions.
But that online...
You're crying. Sweetheart, I've had a broken jaw. I've had a broken nose. I've had much worse injuries than that. You want to know what I didn't do? I didn't cry. But you're crying. You're supposed to be a professional cop. That means you got to be tough. You got to be a badass. You need to be working your body 4 or 5 days a week to be as physically strong and capable as humanly possible. Of course, you're given a free ride because the men do all that stuff, and you just stand there and look pretty. You're not even that pretty, by the way. So you've never had to face reality before. Now that you have, people are being unfair for pointing out that I'm completely incapable of doing the job, as are almost all female cops serving right now. That's why they need a male partner.
Opinions.
But that on...
You're just there to carry his handcuffs and, I don't know what you're there for, to be honest. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you need a job.
Line commentary continued even when the full video...
Oh, I'm in such pain. Oh, I got my nose broke. Yeah, in reality, in the wild, you'd be dead. You'll be dead. If that was not a dude there to save you, you'll be dead, okay? You can't do the job. That's it. Case closed. Look at it. She's crying. You're a big baby. Man up. Oh, you're not a man. And no amount of positive reinforcement or telling yourself or everybody else you are a man is going to change that biological fact.
Video of what happened to PC Ward was played in court.
It just felt like people...
Felt. Yeah, it felt. You got too many feelings, honey. You need to be in another job. Maybe a social worker. Yeah, another useless job. You're useless being a cop, but at least as a social worker, well, you wouldn't do any good there either. But anyway, at least you, you could get beat up as a social worker as well. But it's far less likely.
People are, she's useless. She should have done more.
You're crying. It's not like you got shot. By the way, even a lot of male cops, they get shot. They're not crying. You big baby.
Nothing prepares you for being punched in the face.
What are you talking about? Yeah, it does. I was a boxer for 30 years. Yeah. You know what prepares you for getting punched in the face? Getting punched in the face. I don't know what you're talking about. There's plenty of things. It's called training. It's called sparring. What the hell are you talking about?
Also, with him holding a mobile phone, so being punched in the face with an object, the shock.
Broken nose is a broken nose, honey, okay? Maybe the fact that he had a phone in his hand added some weight and some heft to that punch. But your nose is still broke. Broke is broke.
And the fear that you have after that happening to you. And I felt...
Well, you're not a warrior. That's the problem. You're a woman. If a man has the right amount of training, he's not going to be afraid. If he has the right training, the right state of mind, the right confidence, he's a trained warrior. He will not be afraid. See, that's the problem. You don't have the tools, and you don't have the brain construction. Your brain is not made for that. Our brain is made for that, okay?
Very upset at the time because I felt like that the videos of me had made those comments come to the forefront of should women be police officers, which was upsetting to me.
They shouldn't. They absolutely should not be, because they can't do the job. And nowhere is it more obvious than in policing. They can't do it. They just can't. You being there makes the police force less effective. You always have to have a male partner. You can never be out without a male partner. What does that mean? Well, if you encounter a large group of people or a particularly strong man, you have your male partner and then you. What are you going to do? Jump on his back, add a little weight, make him a little less able, the assailant, to move around as well? I mean, you're completely, totally useless in most cases. And by the way, the other problem with female police, they don't have the requisite physical strength to subdue almost all men. So they have to resort to lethal force in more cases. Where a man could tase you or rustle you, put you in some kind of chokehold, put you in some kind of move where he makes you immobile. Woman can't do any of that. She'll just shoot you.
And it is important that people know that.
By the way, I thought the left cared a lot about police violence, people dying at the hands of police, especially unarmed people. Well, if I want to take somebody in, and I don't want to have to, obliterate them, destroy them, unalive them, and I'm a woman, well, I don't have that option in many cases. I got to shoot them. I got to take them out because I don't have the requisite physical strength required to do it with just my hands. I can't subdue them. I got to blow them away.
Policing isn't about being a ninja warrior and being able...
What are you talking about? It absolutely is. What? Male police officers, have you seen these guys? I mean, the twink that you were with, looked like a bit of a soy boy to me. Most of your UK cops these days are low IQ soy boys. That's the way they go. The DEI route, they want soft, touchy-feeling, empathetic policing in the UK. Yeah, that's what's going to hell in a handbasket. But look at male United States police officers. These dudes are big. They're built. Because they know they're going to have to deal with some people who are big and strong, and if they don't have the requisite physical skills, strength, fighting capability to survive a physical altercation, they're going to die. Well, you have none of that. So you got to shoot them. If you can't get to your gun, guess what? You're dead. You have nothing to fall back on. I have empathy. Yeah, well, sweetheart, that's going to lead to an early demise. Not going to help you. That guy that punched you in the nose, did he have empathy for you?
Able to, take people down. It's about showing empathy towards people and some of the...
I called it. I didn't even watch this video beforehand. Oh my God. It's about showing empathy? If the perp's got a knife and is a psycho, what good is your empathy for? What is she talking about? Empathy is not going to subdue a violent assailant. I don't know what you're talking about, honey. You're talking about another job. Your job as a cop is not to be empathetic. I mean, that's not to say that there might not be instances where you're encountering a, nut job that's high on drugs, whacked out of their mind, maybe. I'm not sure empathy is going to help there. Maybe you can talk them down. Maybe you can be all maternal and disarm them in that way and then talk them down. There might be some instances where that's useful, but the large majority of criminals that you're dealing with, they don't care about you. That's why they're criminals. You think somebody's running around mugging people at knife point has empathy? You think you're going to be able to disarm them and get them to put the cuffs on themselves using empathy? What the hell are you talking about? You got a physical strength. We're talking about the real world here, honey. And in the real world, a criminal, you don't care about that. If he had empathy, he wouldn't be robbing people. He wouldn't be unaliving people. What are you talking about? He wouldn't be punching you in the nose and breaking your nose. By the way, punching a woman can kill them. You can kill people with a punch. Men die all the time from punches.
The worst days of their life. There's a place for women in policing.
No, there's not. I mean, No, I really don't think so. You could drive the car. I mean, maybe. I don't know how useful you are. The dude could do that too. I mean, you got to allocate resources, right? That's another reason why crime is so high. We need more cops. We need to free up resources. Instead, we got men having to babysit for broads like this because they can't do the job. So you're tying up resources, man. If 20% of your police force is women, guess what? 20% of the men now have to be taken off the beat to protect this broad. So now not only does he have to worry about subduing that criminal, he's got to worry about protecting her as well. So he's less effective as a cop, number one. And you've got 20% of those jobs that could be filled by big buff dudes who can actually do the job with petite little broads like this who can't do the job.
In all manner of different roles, and there is some women that...
Yeah, but not front line. I won't argue that there's no place. Police forces need secretaries, right? They need secretaries. Somebody to take care of the canines or something. I don't know. You got some psychologists, sociologist roles, maybe, after the perp is apprehended. Yeah, women could do that. Yeah, they like all that touchy-feely crap. But frontline policing with a gun and a taser? I mean, you got broads running around shooting perps accidentally because they're freaking out. They're panicking because they're so emotional. They grab their gun, they think it's their taser. Boom. No. You shouldn't be in that role at all. You prove that.
You know, are even better in them sort of situations than some men.
Accusations.
What situations? Where talking would be preferred? What situation is that? What situation? You're dealing with a violent criminal, and most criminals, I mean, they're not averse to using violence. They don't want to get caught. They don't want to go to jail, so they're going to get violent. Again, if they cared about the well-being of other people, they wouldn't be criminals to begin with. What are you talking about? Ay, ay, ay.
Have come to about so-called two-tier policing.
It's frustrating because...
Yeah, I know reality can be frustrating sometimes, honey. You can't win against it, okay? It's the boss.
Me, myself, and anybody that I've worked with, we do not go out, you know, every day looking to target a certain group of people or...
Well, yeah, you do. You go after white people. You go after native UK people. You do that. If they're white, you go after them. You send a mean tweet talking about how Muslims coming into the UK is bad for the UK. We got to give you a warning. Meanwhile, Habib's over there robbing a 7-Eleven. Well, no. We got to be soft on him. No. We'll give him a light sentence. Slap on the wrist. I mean, come on, honey. What are you talking about?
Anything like that. We just go out, we do our job. If you've done something wrong and you need...
Well, you don't do your job. Your job is to be able to physically subdue individuals that don't want to be arrested, and you can't do it. So you don't actually do your job. Your male partner does his job and your job. So the man is actually forced to do two jobs at once. So, I mean, he's half as effective as he could be. Probably even more than half. I mean, it's probably more like he's 75% less effective because he's got to babysit you. He's got to worry about your well-being. He has to do your job in addition to his job. So he's far less useful than he would be without you. You're just a weight around his neck, sweetheart.
Need arresting, then you need arresting, and it doesn't matter what background you're from.
No, but it does matter what sex you are, because men are, on average, twice as strong as the average woman. The average dude is twice as strong as you, honey. Even if you're a very buff cop who's taken the, Anavar, taken the test, you're probably not going to be stronger than an average guy.
Was there ever a point where you thought of not going back to policing?
It's too cushy a job. I don't even have to drive the car. All I got to do is walk around and my male counterpart subdues them and I slap the cuffs on and I feel like I'm part of the solution. No, you're part of the problem, honey. You make it more difficult for law enforcement officers, men who are there to actually enforce the law, to do their job.
I think there was some frustration after it had happened, maybe a slight bit of anger.
Yeah, reality literally hit you in the face.
I felt like in this job you can't win. That's how it feels some days. You just can't win. Like,
Well, you can't win against any male perp. That is true.
if, you know, like, you can never make the right decision because there's always going to be somebody to complain about something or say in hindsight you should have done this better. I think I'm different, but I think...
Well, sweetheart, you can't do it better because raw, brute force is required. The right type of brain is required. Men, despite what you ladies want to believe, our brains are different than yours. They're different. We're built for war. We're built for it. And even then, you got the PTSD, you got the shell shock. It's rough for us even sometimes, unless you're a total complete psycho, and there are some of them. And they're really built for it. Doesn't faze them at all. But not you. You're not built for it.
In some ways, yes, it probably will always have an impact on me, that I'll always, when I
Yeah, it had an impact, all right. It broke your nose.
go to attend an incident as a police officer, have it in the back of my mind, okay, things can escalate, things can get out of control very fast.
Right. They can get out of control very fast because criminals don't want to go to jail. How are you going to get them under control? I can shoot them. Oh, yeah, well, that's about all you can do, honey, right? But not always. What are you going to do then when they're too close for you to get your gun out? I'll die. Correct.
Fast. And
Now, that's another problem. If she's armed and she's facing a male suspect and he's too close, he goes for a gun, how's she going to stop him? She can't. He'll overpower her easily, take her gun, blow her away, blow her male partner away too, go on a rampage, maybe shooting more people because they let this woman have a weapon and allowed her to be close to the front line action that is law enforcement, which she cannot do. So she's just making it worse for everybody, yo, which I think is part of the point. Anarcho-tyranny, as it were. They want crime to go up. You know, the powers that be love female cops and more crime. We're less able to enforce the law. People are more scared, which makes it more likely to give the government more power to protect them. Yeah.
you know, you're never actually safe.
But now,
You're never actually safe. Right. So don't want somebody in that role that is best able to defend themselves and defend others and fight off an assailant? And that's not you, with all your little rings on your fingers and your pretty hair and your perfumed, scent and your makeup on your face. Oh, lady.
as a new mum, she has returned to the job. Still,
And she's a mother, too. That's even more irresponsible, right? Because you're far more likely to be injured and unalived by an assailant than a male police officer. Then what's your kid going to do? Well, he's going to be without a mommy. Going to be without a mommy. Oh, well. How very selfish of you, sweetheart.
with questions.
I'm more concerned about my empowerment than my kid. Yeah, we get that, sweetheart. Look at those thick arms. Ain't no muscle on her. She doesn't take her job seriously. Sweetheart, you should be at the gym lifting almost every freaking day, at least every other day. You should have a leg day. You should have an arm day. Lady, you are a stick figure. You can't do this job. By the way, I'm not saying that no women should be cops. They should just have to pass the same physical requirements that the dudes pass. But oh no, they get their own physical standards. They get their own physical PT tests. They get their own requirements that are far, far lower than the men have to meet, right? I thought you were all about equality, sweetheart. You're obviously an effing ... ist, right? Yeah, you believe in equality. You should have to meet the same standards as the men, right? No! If I had to meet those standards, I wouldn't be able to get the job. Oh, well, that tells us all we need to know. You don't belong there.
I want to understand, I would have liked to have understood why he did what he did.
Are you stupid? Are you stupid? He's a criminal. And look at him. We know what country he's from, so we know what he thinks of chicks. He don't think you belong in that job either, and he's right. Absolutely right. And he was very upset and angry that this broad has the audacity to put her hands on him, so he knocked you the F out and broke your nose. Yeah.
And I want him to understand how that him doing that impacted my life.
Well, impacted your face, that's for sure. By the way, honey, you think he cares? He doesn't care. He's a criminal. He doesn't care. What are you talking about? Why do you... All this sympathy, this is the problem. That's the problem. You should have shot him, but no. She's the absolute worst type of cop. She wouldn't even go for a gun. Even if it's to save her own life. No. Nasty criminal. Don't unalive me. Let's talk about it.
Maybe for him to take some responsibility for what he's done.
Yeah, well, we saw what race, what ethnicity he is, so he'll get a slap on the wrist. Now, if he'd have been a white UK guy, whoa, they throw the book at him. You know it.
Show some remorse.
I want the criminal to show remorse. Yeah. So I want criminals to be more feeling and empathetic so they can make my life easier and my job easier. Yeah, I'm sure you do, honey, because you're unfit for duty. You're not able to do the job. So there you go. We've got a dopey broad here who thinks she can be a cop, even though the evidence all points to the contrary. I'm not saying that there aren't some women out there that couldn't be frontline police officers, but they would be heavy exceptions to the rule. Maybe less than 1% of the population. And even then, they would probably be outmatched in most cases just by your average violent dude, just by your average dude in general. But anyway, there you go. So let me know what you think. Do you think petite little broads like this should be cops? Do you think big blob land whale ladies should be cops? Or do you think that if they want to be cops, they should have to pass the exact same PT, the exact same physical standards tests that men have to pass? Let me know what you think in the comments section. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. Hit that notification bell to be notified of any future content that I might create. Leave me a super chat if you would. It really helps to support my continued content creation. Any amount is appreciated. Hit that join button beneath the video if you would like to join as a monthly supporting member of my YouTube channel. Also, consider checking out my GoFundMe as a form of support. The story is there, what the GoFundMe is about. And if you're on Kick, consider subscribing so I can get monetized on Kick. That would be great. Anyway, on that note, I'm out of here. I am the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care. She'd like to know why he punched her in the face. Because he can. Because he can, honey. Because he doesn't care about things like empathy, okay? He has no empathy. Oh, I think there's a place for women in policing. Okay, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, honey. Obviously not. Not on the front lines. That's for sure. But am I right or am I wrong? What do you think? MRW on Kick says she still has bigger arms than Styx. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing. But I didn't want to confuse people because some of the people watching that video don't know who Styx is, so they might not get the reference. Yeah. What a joke. What an absolute joke. This woman, this is what's wrong with the world, man. Like, they think they can, socially reconstruct everything. Oh, well, everything's a social construct. Not everything. Not physical strength. Not brute force. Not brain architecture. Not bone density. Yeah. What a dummy. Scepter 6, empathy, ? Women should not be cops. You are correct. You're 100% correct. Women should not be police officers. I do not think so. I think they can serve in support roles. Absolutely. Again, secretary, great. 911 operator, absolutely. Dispatcher, sure. Frontline police officer with a gun, absolutely not. No freaking way. What do I want? Do I want a dude that weighs 250 pounds, big, muscular, out there patrolling the streets, scaring the hell out of the criminals? Or do I want this 120-pound broad? And by the way, she's an exception in that case as well. Most broads in the Western world are obese. A lot of them morbidly obese. They ain't chasing down nobody. I mean, not that she could do anything even if she caught them. 120 pounds. Oh, my God. What a joke. What a joke. We got any more sticks? I think I have another sticks. Okay, we did hypocrisy. Female cops. Oh, yeah, we got one more sticks video. Great. I'm not done. We get to laugh at sticks some more. So that's always fun. At least in my world. I don't know about your world. MRW, yeah. They should do desk jobs and such. Yes, MR, absolutely. I'm all for women becoming better typists, better phone answerers, better talkers, therapists. Talk to him afterwards. You get him in the jail cell. He's banging his head against the bars, going nuts, acting crazy. She could talk him down then when he's, behind some bars. So she's protected. I support that type of policing for women. I do not support them being out there with a gun and a billy club and trying to take down dudes. Absolutely not. I know we got to get them out of the house. We got to have these open jobs for them so they don't become mothers. She's become a mother, but she's not a good mother either because she's working a full-time job. So she's not good at being a mother. She's not good at being a cop. So, she's a jack of all trades, master of none. This is fairly typical of women these days. God forbid I become a good mother. I'm going to work. I'm going to try to do both. I can have it all. No, you can't. You really can't. You think you can, but you can't. No. Dudes can't have it all either. That's why we take our jobs very seriously. We've got to provide for our family. So we do that. And you need to take care of your family. And you should do that. What you should not do is be a police officer. Absolutely not. You didn't get your face caved in like this chick did. Yeah. She's frustrated. Yeah, I bet you are, honey. Reality did not conform to your BS nonsensical beliefs. I'm sure you are very frustrated. Anyway, let's move on to our next content piece with Styxhexenhammer666. Let me adjust this camera a bit. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Screen capture on. Check. Now the camera's off. That's weird. I don't know what happened. Okay. All right, let's well, now the camera's, that's weird. I think there's a servo inside the camera that moves the lens around. I don't have the software to access it, though, but it seems to automatically move. All right. There we are. There he is. Looks terrible, of course. So hello all and welcome. It is I, the Realist Philosopher, and this is the Realist Philosopher Show. So how you all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine and well. I'm doing okay, I'm doing all right. So we have another video here from Styxhexenhammer666, looking as disheveled as usual, and he's not wearing long sleeves, so we can see his skinny arms. You can also see the bicep vein in his arm, even though this dude has never lifted a weight in his life. So we know he's emaciated. We know he's probably sub 10% body fat. He looks like he's starving to death, which he just might be because I think his entire diet is liquid in nature, i.e. good enough vodka. And he's wearing his Plague Doctor shirt that he's had on for weeks now. I don't think this guy has any other clothes. It's not good. It's not looking too good. But anyway, he has some thoughts to share with us. So let's hear what he has to say in this thankfully not so long video. Shall we?
All right, everyone. Now it's time to talk about patriotism. Yes, indeed. This is something that I have fairly strong.
Whoa! Look at how long his thumbnail is. Look at that. He's becoming like a hag witch. Hag swamp witch. Look at him. He's got claws. Dude, when was the last time you clipped your nails? I mean, does the potato not have a nail clipper you can borrow? Holy moly, man. Take care of yourself a little. Well, look at him. He's not taking care of himself at all.
Strong opinions on. I support the United States completely. I would fight and die for it.
No, you wouldn't. But what is that on his
it's
forehead? What is that on his forehead? Does he have a zit? Does he have a big zit on his forehead? Well, let's take a look again. Look at that. What is that? Pimples? Dude, you're 38 years old. You got zits on your forehead? What's that about? I mean, his hygiene is that bad that he's getting zits, he's getting pimples. I mean, his age, it's going to be like a really bad like skin infection or something. That can happen if you don't bathe. Whoa, man. Your skin is breaking out, dude. You need to take a bath.
Support the United States completely. I would fight and die for it.
Okay, Styx, you're unable to fight. You are skin and bones. I mean, with one hand, I could break you on my knee. Like dry kindling, man. What are you talking about? You're not fighting anybody, anywhere.
Etc. That being said, the concept of America and the concept of America are not exactly the same thing. America is the concept. We have a nation comprised of states.
Do we have a nation? I mean, we don't seem to have any functional borders, so I would argue that point. But anyway.
They have their rights. People have their rights. You have the first...
People don't really have rights. Not really. They have entitlements. Most people get these entitlements. They don't have any duty to do anything to earn or keep them. So I don't know that I would call them rights. People don't have rights anyway. Those are a social construct, by the way.
First Amendment, for example, the freedom of expression and the press and so forth. The press, by the way, not meaning...
No, you have freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of expression. You can't say or do whatever you want. Some forms of expression are illegal. So you have freedom of speech. But you're not free to express yourself in any way, shape, or form you want. But anyway, continue.
The dedicated press, it means quite literally just publishing things. So that would extend to many other people. Dianne Feinstein.
Talking about the mainstream, i.e. the lame stream press. Yeah. They're controlled. They're bought. They're paid for. They're puppets. They're shills, just like our politicians. But anyway, continue.
Did not understand this and thought that bloggers were not members of the press. That was problematic. You have the Second Amendment. In my opinion, you should be able to mail order a Tommy gun. We unfortunately do not have that particular provision.
This is one of those times where a broken clock is right twice a day. He's not wrong. You should be able to mail order a Tommy gun. You should be able to own whatever gun you want. And by the way, that used to be the case. You could walk into a gun store and buy an automatic gun. You could buy a Tommy gun. You could buy whatever gun you wanted. Not anymore, unfortunately.
The Second Amendment has been severely hazarded.
Yeah. The Second Amendment, the right to own firearms shall not be infringed, except in this instance and that instance. Oh, in this instance over here. So it absolutely is being infringed upon. But anyway.
And we need to restore it. You have the right to privacy. States have rights. You have the right to a fair and speedy trial. Ha ha! Ha ha! This is good one. You go to Gulag last.
Well, buddy, you'll get a speedy trial. You're going to jail. No pass go. No collected $200. You're going right to jail, buddy. Yeah, you're going to serve out the remainder of your probation in Louisiana before Vermont even gets a bite at your skinny ass.
Yeah, if you want a speedy trial, you're probably going to have to go to a third world country where you'll simply be kangaroo courted, and in a couple of days you'll literally be in the gulag.
So this is the second instance where he's correct. I don't think there will be more. Broken clock. It's only right twice a day. He's not wrong. America's judicial system is a mess. It's clogged up. So, you're not going to get a speedy trial in most cases in America. Sometimes you will. It depends on the offense.
The United States justice system is so monumentally, mastodonically slow that this particular aspect...
But all he's doing here, his so-called take, is just pointing out the obvious. Look, American judicial system's slow. Yeah? Look, the Second Amendment is actually being infringed upon in America, even though it shall not be infringed. Yep. These are not profound or deep takes at all.
...of the Constitution is really no longer in effect. We abolished slavery. Unless you happen to be in prison, then it's perfectly okay.
Yeah, I agree. It is perfectly okay if you're in prison. Correct. You got to repay your debt to society. By the way, the taxpayers spend tens of thousands of bucks a year to pay for, well, they're going to be paying tens of thousands to pay for your ass in jail very soon, buddy. If in California, I think it's like 70, 80 grand or something a year to pay for an inmate. That's more than almost all Americans make. Most Americans don't make anywhere near 70, 80 grand a year. So yeah, you should have to work to pay off some of that debt. What's wrong with that, pal? You're getting free room and board, free food. Now you're having to be productive. Fine with me.
Wonderful.
That's not slavery.
That makes a whole lot of sense. By the way, the Emancipation Proclamation...
You mean emancipation?
You should watch Razor Fist's video on Abraham Lincoln
Does he worship Razor Fist? Is that what's going on here? Yeah.
if you want to know more about that, because it didn't really free many slaves, actually. It's basically nothing more than American folklore at this point. I believe that true...
Well, there were millions of them that were free. And don't forget Britain, the UK, they just very recently finished paying off all the money that they spent back in, the 1800s to free their slaves. And you don't have slavery in the West. Not legitimately, not legal slavery. Of course, there's millions of slaves throughout the world. In the Western world, and there's, way more in Africa. The left don't care about that, though. We care about slavery 150 years ago that no longer exists. We don't actually care about slavery going on in America now.
True patriotism is support of one's nation.
And yeah, there quite possibly could be as many slaves now in North America as there were 150 years ago. That's something to think about.
That's the central concept. Now, let me...
But it's no longer legal.
Caveat that.
But it's still happening. But the left, no, we don't care. Styx don't seem to want to talk about that either.
That does not mean support of any standing government, number one. Number two, it does not mean support of any standing ideology.
Right. We know that you do not recognize the authority of the United States over you, Styx. We know that you think you're some kind of renegade and rebel and that the laws don't apply to you. We know.
And number three, it means individualism. It means, imagine how a society is formed. So the civic structure is...
Society doesn't exist. It's a construct. It's not real.
At the top. It has to be formed by a society.
No.
The society...
It's formed by individuals, man, who share common interests and beliefs, and to a large extent, similar racial, ethnic background, and oftentimes similar religious beliefs.
Has to function in...
That's how America was formed. America was founded as a Christian nation.
In order for the civic structure to function at all.
People who are, by the way, fleeing religious persecution in Europe.
You must self-improve.
Dude, you don't self-improve. You self-deprove.
You must do your best. And in the
You don't do your best? What are you talking about? You're all... Whoa. Here he is talking about American idealism, American ideals. You don't represent any of those. You're not improving. You're not improving at all. You're on the run from the law. You're embracing addiction, be it drugs or alcohol or both. You're running away from your responsibilities. You abandoned your wife. You abandoned your children for very, very low character, women of very low moral character and integrity. And look at all these women you've been with since you left your wife. What a disaster. All these BPD broads, homeless broads, loser broads, mentally unstable broads. You're not improving. What you're doing is the opposite of improving.
process, you can sometimes get quite wealthy, by the way.
Oh, I love, look at this. He's talking, I love it. Dude, you're living in a laundry room. You're living in a laundry room / storage room, closet, whatever, sleeping on the floor on a blow-up mattress. I love the way he just said that. By the way, what he is implying, and we're supposed to infer, is that he's wealthy, or he's been wealthy. Like he knows a lot about that. Dude, you've never been wealthy. I've been wealthy, and I can tell you, you never have been. Dude, you've never lived alone. You live with mommy, you live with daddy, you live with your wife in her place. What are you talking about? Now you're living in somebody else's place?
You have to do your work. What has been lost...
I love this. He's preaching to people about how they ought to be. They need to self-improve. He's not self-improving. It's the opposite of that. You need to do your work. What work do you do, man? You make no money. What you're doing right now is tantamount to a hobby, like gardening, okay? You're not doing anything productive. You're not producing wealth. Nobody's paying you by now, okay? You might still be making a little money off your Patreon and your Subscribe Star, but it's very little. Whatever sponsors you used to have, they're gone. You know how we know? You haven't done any ad reads for them. So what are you talking about?
I think, is the concept of the individual...
By the way, this guy recently made a video talking about how, people are hypocrites. Listen to this. You're a hypocrite, pal.
Building up.
You're building down.
Instead, we have the top coming down.
But aren't you claiming that you were once on the top? And I don't doubt that he once made a decent amount of cash, which he blew on booze and broads and probably drugs of various sorts and, spent his money frivolously. Okay, but you were never wealthy, pal, okay?
And that's really the problem that we are vexed by today. The top is...
You could have been, but you squandered that, because you're not a good businessman and you don't know how to manage your money or invest your money.
Is taking the money from those that are productive and redistributing it to people who...
Like you? Your potato is taking the money that her mommy and daddy give her and using it to support you. You are a receiver of socialist charity. You are one of those people that receives according to their need. Because your ability doesn't produce enough to be of any use to anybody else's need.
Some cases do not deserve it.
Like you.
Me.
Who blew up his own life through his own actions.
Meanwhile, the people that are at the bottom, and
That's you.
I don't mean the bottom like, you're shoeless and wandering around in the mud.
But you said you like doing that, right? You said you like rolling around in the mud with the pigs. It's a lot of fun, and it'll make your immune system stronger, right? Which is why you're so immune to disease, even though you've been sick quite a bit recently.
I just mean people that are not part of the higher echelons of society.
Well, that's definitely you, pal.
Maybe a middle class, maybe a working class, maybe you are poor.
You were at one time higher middle class, okay?
Whatever.
Not anymore.
They should be able to get ahead.
Why? So this is a should. Okay, so this is just his opinion. Why should they be able to get ahead? Why? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying somebody's holding them back? Who? Who's holding them back? Oh, you're obviously holding yourself back, that's for sure.
They should be able to have elevation.
I will agree that there's too many taxes. Oh my God, look at his fingernails. They're longer than most women's. Dude, get some nail clippers, man.
Upward mobility.
So he's not wrong. There is less upward mobility. It's because people have less money. They have less savings. There's a reason the savings accounts no longer really pay any effective interest. They want you poor. The bankers want you poor. The businessmen that are established and in power and who have wealth don't want you to have it. Inflation taxes the hell out of us. It's a hidden tax if you're a dummy. If you know how finance works, if you know how economics work, you know it's a tax. So you're taxed into oblivion. You have barely enough to survive. You're paying a ton for gas. You're getting your money devalued constantly. So you are far less able to do things like start a business, become more self-sufficient, and less reliant on the government. That's what the powers that be want.
It's called. But they don't really have it right now.
Some people do. Some people are still smart enough to be upwardly mobile.
It doesn't really exist.
Yes, it does. Okay, this is a code. No. Dude, you're not able to do it. It's more difficult right now, but it's not impossible. It is too difficult for sure. The government takes too much of your money. Things cost too much. They drive up inflation. They reduce the value of the money you have, and they make goods and services more expensive at the same time, and your wages don't keep up with inflation. So, yeah, it's more difficult. But no, it's not impossible.
The government has made it virtually impossible.
I thought you just said it doesn't exist. Now it's virtually impossible, which means it is possible. Yeah, which is it, buddy?
For upward mobility to exist at all. That's a very, very sad truth.
You're going to have to graft harder, work more. Yeah, but it's not impossible.
In my opinion, I believe that if a person works hard, if they are doing their job, they should have at least the possibility of upward mobility.
Why? Dude, what if the human capital, what if the skills that they've worked to develop are not in demand? What if there's no market for their skills, or there's very little market, so there's very little demand, so they don't get paid very much? Isn't that just called reality and how the real world works?
Instead of they achieve the age of 80 and they're still pumping gas or something like that.
Well, pumping gas is something a monkey can do, okay? So that's a very, very, very low human skill. It's very low on the totem skill. But that's very low on the totem pole of human capital, buddy. If that's the only skill they have, isn't that their fault? Because anybody can do it. So the supply of people that can do that is very, very high. So because the supply is so high, guess what? Job's not going to pay very much. So maybe those people should take a little accountability, a little personal responsibility, and learn a skill where there's more demand and less supply. Maybe they should do that. Oh, no. They should be able to buy a house and own a plane, even if they just pump gas. Oh, really?
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Makes perfect sense to me, pal, but I understand economics. You don't.
They may be a very smart individual.
Maybe.
They may be...
Though if they're pumping gas, they're wasting their talent then. And again, that's a personal choice.
very talented.
I mean, is he talking about himself now? I don't think you're very talented. You're not very talented at all.
They may have the ability to do all sorts of things, but they're being held back by the government.
Well, I mean, there's grants you can get. There's scholarships you can get. There's Pell Grants. There's all sorts of aid out there. I mean, choose the right subject. Almost anybody can go to college these days. There's plenty of aid available. Hell, you can go to a community college. Study the right subject, work hard, research, whatever field you want to get into to make sure it makes the money you want to make, and then work hard to become as good at that as humanly possible, and you will get ahead. No fancy degree required. Or you can go to a trade school. Can work a little more hours, work some overtime, go to a night school. A lot of trade schools offer night education programs. You can go after work. Guess what? You become a plumber. You can become an electrician. College is not for everybody. And by the way, these days, college is to be avoided unless you're going into STEM fields, which require it. You want to do well, make a good living? Go to HVAC. Become an electrician. Become a plumber. You can make bank, baby. And no big bag is required. No well-stocked pocketbook required.
By regulation. By things like that.
That's true. There is too much regulation. Government, the nature of government is to grow.
They're being held back by Uncle Sam.
Some, but not entirely.
Uncle Sam's like, oh, yeah, no, you could probably do this, but you come this way.
Most of it's down to personal choices people make, those sticks. Including voting for the wrong people.
That's basically what's happening right now.
Yeah, you see, I believe in personal accountability and responsibility, okay? You got to roll with the punches, you got to adapt. And if it's more difficult to get ahead in one way, you find another way. You find a way. And there are ways that exist, buddy. But they require hard work, which you are apparently immune to.
And it's very, very sad to see because some of these people are very talented. I've seen them before.
Homeless people, yeah. Bums. Pretty much on the same scale as him. He's just lucky to have some people that watch his content, that are fans of his, and are willing to give him a place to stay. Like this potato that he's staying with.
I've seen people who do, for example, incredible music.
This is all cope, by the way. This is just projection on his part. He's talking about himself. He's talking about himself. Well, you know, I'd be a even bigger success than I have been in the past if it wasn't for that damn Uncle Sam putting his boot heel on my neck. Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Incredible art. They're capable of many culinary things. They could open a restaurant.
Art? Okay, first of all, dude, there's not much demand for art, okay? There's not much demand for it. Unless you're talking about those higher echelons of society, not a lot of demand. Even if you're exceptional at it, being able to get discovered, very difficult. It's almost impossible. So why not become an electrician or a plumber? No! Keep pursuing a field of endeavor that is highly unlikely to pay off. Oh, that's great advice, Styx.
But, you know, the buy-in is $500,000 minimum or something like that.
Open a restaurant? Restaurants are luxuries, man. Most people these days are barely able to survive. I mean, look at how expensive gas prices are. And when the cost of gas goes up, the cost of most everything else goes up. Somebody's got to drive those goods to the market. And when that happens, guess what? You've seen how expensive diesel is. They got to charge more for the goods because the transport costs are higher. Don't you get that? People can't afford to go out to fancy restaurants except that higher echelon that you're talking about. Who is, by the way, exempt from most of these rules and regulations that you're talking about. He's talking about old money. He's talking about people that are already rich and established.
Oh, you want to open an art studio? Good luck. There are people out there.
This guy is such an elitist. Why are you talking about art studios, man? Why aren't you talking about plumbing? HVAC. Electricians. Why aren't you talking about that? Because he couldn't do any of that. See, this is all self-reporting. He thinks he's some kind of special genius artist type.
That have enormous amounts of skills that are simply being held back by the government.
No, there's just no market. There's not a lot of market, man. Most people are broke. Most people can't afford to go out to eat, man. If they do go out to eat, they're going to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, and that stuff ain't cheap either. Fast food ain't cheap. It never has been, by the way. But they're not going out to some fancy Michelin star restaurant, dude. What are you talking about?
Patriotism is not love of the government. You expect me to love the government? No, after my persecution, yeah, that's...
Oh, he's being persecuted, yeah. You never DV'd anybody, right? No. You never threw a phone at somebody and hit him with the phone, and that's assault. You weren't put on probation, and then you didn't break that probation and thereby break the law. No, that you didn't do any of that. You didn't point a gun at some broad's head and threaten to shoot her and then discharge that firearm. No. You didn't do any of that. You're being persecuted.
It's really going to happen. I do not care whether it is a Democrat or a Republican in office.
I do. Most of the Democrats are commies. And by the way, the left and the right paradigm is all BS. Both the Republicans and the Democrats are controlled by the same puppeteers, okay? It's all an act to divide people along political lines, have them fighting each other. That's all it is.
I do not care. I don't even care that Trump's in office. Look, I generally approve of his job.
I don't. He's controlled too, in my opinion.
He's trying his best.
No, he's not.
But that doesn't mean that I have to nakedly approve of everything that he fucking does. And I don't, to be clear.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't approve of most of what he's doing. Why are we still in Ukraine? Why are we involved in a war with Iran? What's going on here?
Just to be clear, I mean, it's way better than the prior administration. The only thing that I approved of under Biden was the idea of burying electrical poles. And that never actually happened, so that means nothing, really. That was funny. Yeah, I find one thing I can agree with you on, and you never do it.
Of course not. Politicians rarely follow through with their promises.
Wonderful. That's just great.
I mean, Trump said no new wars. Yeah.
Anyways, patriotism is love of the country. The country is comprised of individuals.
Correct.
That's the basic premise. And charity starts at home.
Yeah, but we have shared ideals, shared beliefs, shared culture, shared morality, you see. That's what really makes the country. That's why they want to divide us. Oh, well, unity isn't strength, diversity is strength. You want to know what the word diversity comes from? Divide. You divide before you conquer. The idea that anybody would think dividing people, division, led to strength? That's idiotic.
Home. You must provide for yourself first, your family second.
No, you need to provide for your family first, pal. Then you come second. When you have a family, sacrifice is involved. Of course, I can understand why you would believe that you have to provide for yourself first, because you're a selfish SOB who abandoned his child and his wife to lead a life of degeneracy and debauchery. So, of course, you only think of yourself.
Your inner circle third, and your community fourth. That is patriotism.
Ah.
That's basically it. You don't need to worry about anything else. The federal government's going to be corrupt and retarded anyway, so you might as well just ignore them for the most part.
Ignore the government. Mm-hmm. How's that working out for you, pal? Your face all broken out, you sleeping in the same clothes, wearing the same clothes you've been wearing for weeks now, you don't bathe, you're barely eating, you're dying from starvation from what I can see. Yeah, it's working out real good for you, buddy.
It would probably be for the best.
Ignore the government. That's for the best. Are you able to do that, though? Really? Not really.
All that tax money that the federal government siphons from people should be put back into local communities, by the way.
I got news for you. That tax money they collect, it just goes to pay the interest on our debt. It doesn't really actually pay for anything but the debt. Okay? That's all it pays. It doesn't pay off the principal in any way. A principal that is built up, by the way, by money that is just created out of thin air and repaid with actual value.
That would be a much better system. You don't need that money. What are you going to use it on? Bombing people?
Well, actually, 2/3 of it is spent on entitlement programs.
Bombing people that we don't need to bomb? Yeah, because that seems to be what we're doing lately.
Yes, it does.
I'm completely opposed to the war in Iran, by the way. Yeah, and some people say this makes me anti-Jewish or something like that.
Yeah, that's an idiotic take. I agree.
I don't care. This happens all the time. What we should be doing, keep it to home, keep it reductionist, and...
Well, most of our money is spent at home on entitlement programs, so gotta disagree with you that again, buddy, okay?
And keep the federal government out as much as possible in all affairs. Every single one of them.
Yeah. Good luck shrinking the government, buddy. Good luck.
You've got a handful of jobs that you can accomplish. You don't need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people working for you. You don't need so much money. It's not necessary. And people in Congress shouldn't be paid at all. Now,
well, I don't know, pal. I mean, they're doing a job. They shouldn't get paid. How would they live? Oh, well, they get them nice, juicy insider stock tips. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a whole nother problem right there.
it should be like ancient Greece.
Nancy Pelosi, what's she worth? $100+ million on her 160K a year salary? Yeah, explain that.
No, you don't get any paycheck at all. You just you do your job.
A very different world, pal. Very different world. And I guarantee you, they were using their positions, their clout, their authority to make money in other ways. If you think there was no corruption in ancient Greece, well, you're dumber than I thought, which is pretty dumb.
You're forced to do your job. You don't get paid to do that job.
Sounds like communism. Sounds like authoritarianism. I don't know that I want to live in that system either.
That would be a much better system, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so, pal. Forcing people to work without getting paid. But anyway, there you go. More nonsensical takes from Styx. And a smattering of pointing out the obvious, which doesn't really qualify it as a take, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, there you go. So let me know what you think of this latest spiel from Styx on patriotism. And, maybe somebody out there can find out where he's at so you can ship him a box of cookies or something. This guy needs to eat. He needs something, maybe some crumble cookies. He needs some very, very calorically dense food. And fast. But anyhow, that's it for this video. If you like my video, you like my channel, you like the raw-based RP way I tell it like it is, please consider leaving a super chat or subscribing to my channel at the very least. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified of any future content that I might create. Leave a comment. I hear it's good for the algorithm. Super chat would be great again. Also, you can follow my channel by hitting the join button beneath the video and support me as a monthly member of my YouTube channel. There's also a GoFundMe link in the description. You want to find out what that's about and what you're supporting, you can check that out. There's a whole description there you can read if you want an explanation about that. And yeah, if you're watching me on Kick, please become a subscriber there. That would be great. I'm going to be streaming on Kick in the future from now on, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Same time, just like I do on YouTube. Anyhow, on that note, I'm out of here. I am the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. And take care. Yeah, this guy, he needs to eat a hamburger. He needs something, man. Something. Contact Pam in Vermont, your mom. Get her to send you some McDonald's. A few quarter pounders. We know that those things can keep for years. Oh, man. Styx probably wouldn't eat it. He's too picky. Yeah. Guy that seems to be dying of starvation. He'd be picky about what he eats, I bet. Maybe that's why he's starving. Maybe the potato doesn't have the food he wants, so he's just not eating at all. I don't know. I see Isaac Kemp is in the room. He says, hey, I can hear you now. Oh, you must have been watching from the start. Oh, yeah, there was a problem with the sound. It was off. Yeah. I'll edit that part out in the YouTube studio later so that when people rewatch, they're not having to listen and not hear me. I screwed that up. Oh, man. My apologies for that. MRW on Kick says he has those prison issue slippers still after they stole his shoes. Did he get his shoes stolen in prison? Really? Oh, wow. That's not good. Well, he's still in prison, you know. It's just a self-made prison. The dude is living in a storage closet, man. On the run from the law. Hiding out from the cops. In my opinion, that's a prison. The dude is in prison. By the way, if he had faced the music, he'd already almost be out. What's it been, like 5 months? 4 or 5 months he's been on the lam? If he had went to Vermont like he was supposed to, yeah, he would have had to serve out the remainder of his probation in jail. I mean, that's not a 100% sure thing. Maybe they would have let him off with a warning. He doesn't know because he never showed up. But he'd only have a month or 2 left. When you break your probation, you have to serve the remainder of it in jail. In a lot of cases, would have been 6 months. He'd only have 2 months left. Now he's going to serve a far longer sentence, hiding out in a laundry room with a potato, and they're going to get him eventually, and he's still going to have to serve that 6 months, in addition to sleeping on a friggin' blow-up mattress, starving to death. What a fool. This guy, he's such a fool. I don't get it. I don't get it. He's supposed to be so smart. He ain't smart. Who says this guy's intelligent? I think these are just people coping because they can't believe they've watched this moron and endorsed him for a decade plus. So now they got to cope. Well, he's real smart. He used to be smart. SEC, we weren't watching a dummy. Yeah, you were. You were. You were watching a moron. You were watching a dummy. He's not too bright. He's not too smart. He hornswoggled you. He conned you. And you fell for it. And you don't want to believe you fell for it, so you're going to keep sweeping for the guy. That's what you're doing. I'm sorry. You may not want to hear it, folks, but that's what you did. You fell for this guy's grift. And now you can't face it. You can't accept that truth, so... you're running around in my comments telling me that he used to be brilliant. No, he didn't. He's gone downhill a lot, that's for sure. Nobody denies that, but this guy was never brilliant, okay? I got news for you. All right, let's see the comments here. Isaac Kemp. In Vermont, they probably only make you write a book report. It's the charges in Louisiana he has to worry about. Yeah, the extradition warrant, yeah. Yeah, that's really what he has to be concerned about. And Louisiana jails ain't no joke, man. You've got Tyrone into infinity locked up there. Big buff black dudes, and you're going to be their pinata, buddy. No, a lot of that stuff's overblown. But I think that the prisons in Louisiana are overpopulated. So the correction officers there are not able to as effectively protect you. Now, he could petition to go into protected custody. He could do that. Though I don't know what his claim of cause would be. I mean, what's he going to do? Claim that he's got to go into protective custody because he's a celebrity? I guarantee you, none of those black dudes in the Louisiana jail know who he is. They're not watching Styxhexenhammer666, okay? They're not. So, I mean... By the way, is he assuming that if they do, they would hate him? Maybe he's more self-aware than I thought. Isaac Kemp. He'd be locked up with the Raging Cajun. Yeah, I don't know. I think most of his fear is just unwarranted. I don't know that he would be able to get protective custody, because that requires more resources, I think. But, I don't know. Didn't he spend like a week in jail in Louisiana? Like he was doing wasn't he a host? Like a co-host for the Quartering? And the Quartering was paying him a salary. And that was during that time is when he got arrested in Louisiana. for throwing the cell phone at Samantha Keister, and it bounced off her leg, so she had it put in jail. Boy, you can sure pick 'em, Styx. And he was in for like 6 or 7 days or something. What happened to him there to so frighten him that he doesn't want to go back? Must have been pretty bad. I don't know, man. I don't know. Did he get stretched out? Did he get a rectal examination while in jail? I'm not sure, man. Did they make him serve on a chain gang? That wouldn't work out for Styx. He couldn't pick up the pickaxe, man. He's too weak. That kind of work would kill him. MRW says for sure he is. I think there's mental issues going on like OCD or something. Yeah. Well, you know that Styxhexenhammer has massive social anxiety issues, right? He's agoraphobic, man. He don't want to go outside. MRW, that makes him prefer this over jail. Yeah, but it's weird, man. MRW, for certain prisons down south, that's not where you want to be. Well, nobody wants to be in jail, but I don't know. I mean, he doesn't go outside. I guess he's afraid of getting picked up. He's paranoid about the cops running across him. I don't know. I mean, you just look at him. He doesn't go outside. I mean, you look at this guy. He's white as a sheet, man. He's almost as white as a ghost. I guess that's why he would be so unpopular in jail. He can't pass off as a hazy, man. He's very obviously a white dude. I'm half black, like Obama. Now, that's not working here, pal. Bend over. Pick up the soap, baby. Yeah. I don't think he'd be too popular in jail. He's got his elitist, snobbish attitude. I don't think it would go down well in Louisiana. I really don't. Maybe it's just the physical labor he fears. Doesn't want to make license plates or something. I don't see how that's very hard work, but, you know. I mean, any physical work is hard for this guy, though. You see those arms? Jesus. He really looks like he's dying. He looks like somebody in the last stages of AIDS, man. By the way, Styx, if that's what's going on here, they got medication for that, yo. Well, they don't have medication for the advanced stages, really. I mean, once it's full-blown AIDS, that's it. But if it's not full-blown, they have medications, yo, where you can live a mostly normal life. Well, right, okay. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's got AIDS. I don't think, I think it's all booze. I think he's drinking himself to death. Either that or he's chasing the dragon. I got one of my longtime followers keeps telling me in my chat that the dude is, you know, shooting up. I don't know. I don't think he's shooting up. Because if Styx was doing those kind of hard drugs, he'd have to go out and score them himself. And this dude don't go outside. He don't go outside. I don't think he has cash. Where's he getting cash? Maybe he gives the potato his ATM, and she goes and he gives her his PIN and she can get cash for him. But this guy ain't going out and walking around New York City looking to score dope. Come on. Maybe he has the potato do that too, but I don't think so. Have you seen the potato? She has her own YouTube channel. This chick ain't too worldly, yo. I don't see her going out and scoring dope for Styx, okay? Or anybody else for that matter, okay? So, no, I don't think he's chasing the dragon. I think he's just on a mostly vodka diet, and that's why he's so emaciated. The fact he doesn't move around very much. Maybe they've confined him to the laundry room. Maybe they got a lock on the outside of the door, and they lock him in there. I don't know. Maybe he stinks so bad they don't want to deal with him, so they've, banished him to the storage closet. I have no idea. But something's wrong. He looks like he's dying. I mean, I've seen people in late-stage alcoholism, but they're not that skinny. I mean, this dude ain't eating enough, okay? But anyway, I think that's going to be it. I've got to do some research on how to use a Kick so I can investigate whether or not I can go in and edit my live stream on Kick to remove that first bit, the first segment I did where my microphone was off. Oh, God. This is like my premiere episode on Kick, and I started off with 30 minutes of dead air. Oh, boy. Sorry about that, folks. I got to check to see if Kick has an edit feature, so anybody watches after the fact doesn't have to be subjected to that botched segment. But anyway, there's no more comments and no super chats. Crap. Well, that sucks. It's unfortunate, but you know, Earl96, Styx cursed his microphone. Yeah, a lot of people left because my microphone wasn't working at the start of the show. It won't happen again. It was just a you know, an accident on my part. They do happen sometimes. And I don't read comments while I'm doing commentary, so I didn't know until after the fact. Trust me, that is not indicative of the majority of my content creation. But anyway, I see we have some people watching on Kick. At the very least, follow if you could. I will be back on Monday. So if you come back, I'd really appreciate it. And if anybody would like to subscribe, that would be great. This is a new channel. So it's just me. I'm a one-man show. So if you like my comedy, you like my humor, you like my sense of humor, at least follow, okay? And do please consider subscribing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head out. Thanks for coming. The microphone issue is fixed. It won't happen again. And on that note, I'm out of here. I am the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care.